Hi, we made it. Hello, I'm here
Hello.
with.
Don't you
Shit,
could say it. You could
I
say it.
got
I
the
believe in
giggles. I
you.
can do it. I can do it. Lewis,
Oh,
Southard.
yes. Yes.
Yes, yes,
Yes, we
yes.
did
Fuck,
it.
I did it. Yes. Ha ha. Holy shit, I did it.
Okay.
Oh my god, you have no idea. I was cracking up so hard a few seconds ago. I almost just called you something entirely completely different. You have no idea.
You can't repeat it. Don't repeat it. I don't want them to know what you were saying off mic. It was too heinous.
Ooh, it was heinous. It was. I'm sorry.
Okay, I got it. Okay,
Hi.
I got this. I got the comments up, so I'll be able to talk to everyone.
Perfect. Great. This is amazing. Hello. Hi. Welcome. Let's give a little applause to the lovely people in the chat. We have Glenn. Hi, Glenn. Hello.
Woo,
He is
Glenn.
moderator extraordinaire, and he's the greatest farter of all time, all the way from the UK. We have Glenn. Hi. We have all the way from New Mexico. What's up, Las Cruces? Hey, hello. We have a local stud, uh, greatest dancer of all time. We have the one, the only Phil. What's up, Phil?
How
The
do you know
ladies of
where all these
Kroger.
people live?
Well, I've met him in person, but
Oh, okay.
we all know each other so well. And if a new
Oh,
person
okay.
comes in, I'd be like, "Hey, you, where are you from?" No, kidding. Usually they pop in chat and go, "Hi, I'm from New Mexico." Like, oh, hi. It happens. Oh, we got Aggie. What's up, Aggie? Who is actually visiting somebody himself. Hello, hi. How are you? We have look, Stream Elements. Hi, Stream Elements. Miss So, what's up, Miss So? Hello. How is everyone today? Hopefully, as everyone's well. Oh, we got Spooky. Hi, Spooky. What's up, Spooky? Uh, she is a robot. Cannot compute.
What is this guy? Glenn St. Louis. Katie tortures the info from us. So are you doxing all these people? Like, as a ritual, do I have to give you my social security number or something? Is that like my initiation? Or
Is doxing keyword for fisting? Maybe.
I suppose so.
Yeah,
It depends on the. Everyone has a different opinion, right?
definitely for sure. I have 3 clones. I could use some more because I really don't want to actually have to go to work. That would be nice. If they could go earn me some money and bring it back to me, big pimp it. Yes. And I could just sit here and game all day, do art or something. That'd be great. Perfect. Yes. So hi everybody. Hello. Oh, what do
Hello.
you say? Nice. I do have some hand. He's got Twizzlers galore. Yes.
I read canned as candles, but maybe that's just
Candace
me.
candles. Whoa. I have scented candles, but yes, yes.
Now you're just bragging.
I have a chocolate strawberry one over there that smells heavenly. Hi, Chris.
I got a
Whoa.
candle right here.
Whoa, look at
This is a
you.
lovely vanilla scented candle. Says so right there. And
Amazing.
I'm very yeah, that's my trusty little guy.
Hold on a second. Watch that. Totally made it. Hi, Christina. How are you? I got sniffles for a second. Got a hoodie on and a fan on. This is great. Some weird weather happening right now. So hi, hello. You're a writer.
Yes. Hello everyone. I am Lewis Southard. I am the incredibly famous creative genius of a generation comic book writer. You may know me from such things as Midnight Western
This
Theater
thing?
from Scout
Oh,
Comics.
oh
That is
boy.
actually the
The new
sequel,
one.
Midnight Western
Yes.
Theater Witch Trial. I am also currently working with Sumerian Comics with my latest series coming out next month, the Blackout Bombshell. If you've not heard of any of that, what else have I done? I used to work with Action Lab Entertainment, where I did
Oh, fun.
the ill fate. No, not fun at all, Katie.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh,
Wow.
we'll go into the tragic backstory. Don't worry.
Perfect.
This is just a little tease, a little snippet.
Ooh.
But I worked with Action Lab Entertainment on a book called Villain Seeking Hero, which is now on the webcomic platform Zestworld, and that's all I can really talk about. So that's me.
That's you. Also, Glenn is gonna be dropping your links throughout the
He's
chat.
just doxed
so
me. I've been
he
initiated.
did. He
I've been
did.
initiated. Oh, I'm part of the gang.
You have, yes.
I'm a
All of
beehole
your
now.
info is below, so too late now. You are one of us now. Also, what's up, G? Hi, hello. Yes, you've been getting around. You've been kind of coming out around, making your rounds since like 2021. What did you do? Like get bored during COVID? Want to get out there?
Oh, no. Oh, you want to jump into the origin? You want to jump into my secret
Ooh, your
origin
story? Is it a villainous story? Hopefully.
You know what? In a way,
Perfect.
if I think about
Perfect.
it. So you want me to do it? Because it's going to
Yes,
take a
do
hot
it.
second.
You got to do
Okay.
it. You got to do it. Wait.
Sure.
No, I got to make you even more awkward. Hold on a second.
Okay.
Perfect. And bloop. There you go. Bam.
Okay. So the Katie crew, I shall regale you with my secret origin, my tragic backstory as it was to what led me to the nefarious and tumultuous profession of comic books. So,
oh my.
Like any good story, it begins in Paris, France in 2018.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I am 18 years old. I am a freshman in university, and I am a few weeks in, and I absolutely hate it. Keep in mind, I was not even supposed to be in France, but I was sent to France on some sort of technical error. So
you had a mission and you were sent there. Oh,
exactly.
Man.
No, it's more dumb than that. It's more I misread paperwork and then I got shipped off to Europe. So I am just dreading it. I'm dreading it. I hate it. And part of me was just I've spent so much money to go to university, and then I was thinking like I'm not enjoying myself. I'm doing something I'm not loving. And I'm spending too much money to waste my own time. So I spoke to the advisor and I was like, I need to leave. I want to go right now. Please let me leave. And then she's like, okay. And I got my money back. Which is like a heroic. I snuck in right before the deadline and I got my money back. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to take this money and I'm going to follow my dream and become a comic book writer. So like any artiste, aspiring artiste or creative, I moved to New York City, never living in anywhere ever in my life like that. Believe it or not, I am a country boy. I grew up in the middle of nowhere. And that's not even an exaggeration. So I moved to New York and I'm like, okay, starving artist. And I lived in a building I should not have been living in. It was a very dangerous, decrepit building, but I spent my more formative years perfecting my craft, even though at that point it was hardly where it is now, and like basically teaching myself the ins and outs of the comic book industry, how to make a comic book, meeting artists, and getting myself into all sorts of trouble. And I was fortunate because a year after I had done this, and keep in mind, I was a bit of a pariah at the time because no one really wants to hear someone go, "Oh, I'm ditching my future plans to make comic books." It depends on the person, but some people weren't thrilled. So I was very much living in a do or die. I gotta do it. I gotta do this thing. And then a year into it, I was lucky. And I was picked up by Action Lab Entertainment. And what became my breaking into the industry became slowly transformed into Hell on Earth. Because I made that book, Villain Seeking Hero, and it was going to come out April 2020. Now, and it was already solicited. It was getting ready. And I don't know where you were during 2020, but for me it wasn't
at home.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, it was not so hot. It was not so hot, and the comic book industry shut down completely. So that canceled my debut book before it even came out.
Oh, and then
I know, right? And then it was not until the following year, 2021, was when I got a second chance over at Scout Comics, and you've had many talented creators from Scout Comics on the show. I will say Andrea Lorenzo Molinari, he's the editor of my book, funnily enough. And so I made that book with Scout, and that soon became my way in. And for a lot of people liked it, and I was very, very happy to get that second chance. And then after that, that has sort of springboarded the rest of my career, where I am now a fully ingratiated member of the comic book community. I am in the industry. I've broken in, and now I have 2 books out this year, and hopefully many more along the way, if all goes according to plan.
Yes, you're been hauling some ass lately. You've got this book, you've got the Bombshells coming out, which I actually already pre-ordered that because it looked quite interesting. And how I found this book, hold on, let me make you less awkward. And yeah, there we go. How I found this book is, well, I had Sean on, and Sean's a local friend of mine. And he was like, I didn't even know he was in this book until like the day before.
Oh, okay.
And he was like, I'm in this book. And I was like, all right, so let me go. So I ran around trying to find it, and then I found it. I was like, oh, this is awesome. But no, this book is awesome.
I'm hearing it's very hard to find, and I'm glad you like it. No, Sean's a good dude.
He is a good dude, yeah.
Sean actually is also, I hired him to do some stuff for Blackout Bombshell as well. He is doing the backups. He does the coloring of Midnight Witch Trial. But in Blackout Bombshell, he does the issue 1 backup story. Mm-hmm. So he has a 3-page story. And then he is also doing the only variant cover for issue 3. So I've got him doing lots of stuff. I love working with him. He's a very talented artist.
Yes, he is. And if you are out in the area, he is out hustling at Bookfest this weekend. So if you're in the Detroit area, go harass him. He's out there right now. Sup, Joe? Sup, Lisa? Sup, Kev? Hi. But yes, that's very exciting. So, were you always a fan of like westerns and demon and witchy things? Because I am.
I will say, just a quick run through of the latest 2 projects. Midnight Western Theater Witch Trial. Yeah, it's a Wild West supernatural book with demons and witches and all sorts of like horror stuff. But then Blackout Bombshell is a detective book. It's a noir. And I will say I have no interest in those genres whatsoever. I don't, but those are the things. But nobody made me make all this stuff, right? No, it was like I like working within a genre I don't necessarily like. I myself would read. Okay. Because
that's interesting. Okay.
Well, I think it pushes me to get creative. And because I don't really care about the genres, because I don't really care about the genres, I don't fall victim of the tropes 100% of the time.
Okay. All right. I could get behind that. That's quite hilarious. I like that. But yes, no, I, however, am a huge fan. So you did it justice.
I'm glad you liked it. I did. Well, let's talk about Midnight. So
okay, let's do that. So this is actually the sequel. Yes. So the first part came out in 21. Is that correct?
Yes, but this is a prequel to the original book.
Yes.
And the best part about this book, Midnight Western Theater Witch Trial, as you can see, it is perfectly new reader friendly. Like it's a great jumping on point. And you've read it, so let me ask you this: did you feel like you could easily access it?
Yes, because this was actually the first book in the series that I read. So I read this first. So now I want to go back and read the original series, which I've never read before, but I enjoyed it, and now I actually got an understanding of the character that's in it. So
Hortensia,
now I want to go read more. Yes, Hortensia. Yes.
No, I think that's perfect. That's the only that's the credit I needed, because I could say it all day long, but you're actually the reader. So yeah, it's a perfect jumping on point, and it tells the origin story of Hortensia Thomas, who in the original book is called the woman in black. She's an adventurer. She has a vampire sidekick. They right wrongs, whether they be human, supernatural, anywhere in between. And in that book, you learn more about her vampire sidekick. You see their adventures. You see their relationship. But there's noticeably a lot absent about Hortensia herself. And I made sure to include little things hinting towards something far greater. But that's exactly what this book is. And that's her
vampire sidekick.
That's her foster
Oh, the
mom.
yeah.
Yeah, that's Sarah Bishop, the Wild West Witch. And she is my most favorite addition to the mythos. I love writing her.
She's fun.
She is incredibly fun.
I love that little kid.
I don't know if he gets called by name in the book, but in my script, I'm pretty sure I called him Enoch.
Enoch. I thought I saw an Enoch in here. Wait, I'm pretty sure I did. Also, wait, we got some people in here. What's up, me? What's up, Norin? What's up, Bleak? What's up, CJ? What's up, Headless? What's up, Joe? Also,
hello.
No, but I could see him being in the version of the live action in this.
I would just recast him as Dracula again. I would have him play that Dracula, but in this book.
Oh, that would be amazing. Okay. That would be hilarious. What's up, dudes? What's up? All right, hold on. Let me get back. I thought I saw Enoch in here. Hold on. Let me go.
I will say to the chat that if anyone has any questions about writing or getting into the comic book industry or how to work within it or how to bust into whatever you want to do, I can answer. I can hopefully answer. Doesn't mean I'm correct, but I can definitely talk.
We both stand corrected. He says the actual name is Enos the Polweenus.
I've trademarked that. I've copyrighted that right now. That's my intellectual property.
It is.
The next comic I'm going to write is Enos the Polweenus.
Please do. And I have someone that can draw that for you.
Is it Sean?
No, it is someone that I call Pool. It's someone that I call Polweenus.
This fella, Comic Journey, you have answers, I have questions.
Yes.
This person's gonna take me on a comic journey. I feel
he will.
I read that.
No idea.
I read that. I entered fight or flight. I'm prepared.
Be prepared.
I'm prepared.
Yes.
Oh my god. Okay.
Prepare your weenus. You have no idea.
So, wait. We got too off the rails already. So, Midnight Western Theater Witch Trial. I'll give a brief rundown of what the story is. So
yeah, hold on. Wait. Let me leave this up the entire time. You give that. But okay. Wait, hold on. Let me flip that. There you go. Please give your. There you go.
Okay, so I guess a good synopsis of what Midnight Western Theater Witch Trial, if you just want to read that without reading the original, it is Wild West adventurer, or Tensia Thomas, a teenage girl, goes on quests with her foster mom, Sarah Bishop, the Wild West Witch. They are a duo righting wrongs in the Wild West, like with the original, either human, supernatural, or anywhere in between. And
the West Witch. There we go.
And this particular story is her transformation of how she becomes Hortensia, how she becomes the cold-hearted, more ruthless woman in black from the original series. And the sort of inception or the sort of inciting incident for this story is someone from Sarah Bishop's past may or may not have returned. And if they have, they want Hortensia. So that is the drama. So yeah, dun. You know, everyone's on the edge of their seat right now. And if you want to know what happens next, you have to buy the book.
Which is kind of hard to find. So if you can't find it, buy it digitally.
It's sold out on at Diamond, which I'm very happy to say.
Amazing.
But if you want to go on Amazon, you can get a digital copy there. If you want a physical copy, there's no better place to get it than the Scout Comics web store.
Yes. So. And I did link that down below because I know for a fact that's probably one of the only places that I know that you could right this second go buy it physically, because I know Midtown and a few of the other places you had it were completely sold out. They were.
I was so proud. Midtown sold out 4 times, and I think they're done restocking it. I'm very happy.
I checked I checked 4 stores around me. They were all sold out. And this here was the last copy that they had the entire store of State of Comics. So I bought this. Yeah, so they were all sold out everywhere. And then I hear 2 is doing pretty well too for pre-orders, but I don't know anywhere where I can pre-order that now. But way to go, dude. Okay.
Yeah,
we're actually starting to get
people want goth cowboys. People
they do.
I,
Vampires, witches, goth cowboys. You hit the right genre, even though
I'm on the cutting edge. I'm working in 4D right now, maybe 5D.
Amazing.
On the right day. Okay,
getting on those movie rights right now. I hear Nicolas Cage, would love to
as Dracula. We're gonna put Dracula in the 3rd one.
Yes, perfect. Okay, Bleak has a question here. If he has a story, how does it go about getting it made into a comic? Good question.
That is a fantastic question, and also an incredibly loaded one.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have a story. Well, it depends on. Okay. So I used to work as a creative consultant, and I met many people who, when coming up with their idea, they were like, I have this world where like there are pirate ships that float in the sky and they're powered by powerful gems, magical gems. Wow. And like the world is 2D, but if you go through this portal, everything becomes 4D, but nothing exists in 3D. Like very Tolkien world building, a lot of ideas. But if you were to ask that person, who is your main character and what do they want, they'd be like, oh, I haven't thought of that yet. So my number one piece of advice, make sure you have a main character. Make sure you have an antagonist, whether it be a villain or a journey they have to embark on. And you have to make their goals clear. So what I'm trying to say is write a script, maybe an issue 1 script. If you, especially for a mini series, never, if you want to make a debut project, and I learned this from my own mistakes, never start out thinking I'm going to get like a 50 issue ongoing story. Like you want to get in with a succinct story that is a good display of your talents as a writer. Just a good one and done that is an easy investment for many publishers. So if you want to get it made into a comic, the number 1 step is just write the script. Afterwards, if you're going into the art production, getting an artist is, believe it or not, incredibly easy. I have been able to work with up and coming artists like Sean, and I've been able to work with artists like 20-year pro David Hahn, as well as industry legend Bill Sienkiewicz, only because I sent them an email just telling them about the project. So nice. Like the sum of that is never be afraid to talk to whoever you come up with a list. Like if you want somebody, go get them. Go send them an email and float it by. And if they don't get back to you, then you can find somebody else. But the number 1 thing is that you'll never know who will work with you.
True.
After that,
that's kind of how I find a bunch of people on here just to come on here. I'm like, hey,
yeah,
come on here. Do you like buttholes? They're like, yeah, let's go.
I think a lot of people are either afraid or they're a little worried, or yes. Oh, this person won't want to work with me, so I'm not going to bother. You don't know until you do it, and I think that is a great place. And then the same thing goes for colorists and letters and cover artists. That's all entirely up to you. And I think when it goes for art, don't go with a good rule of thumb that I work with is don't just go for somebody who says yes. Don't settle. I think go for people with styles, with an art style that benefits your story and conveys the tone well. So if you need to wait a little bit, I would say wait and find that like just right porridge, And
I think that's awesome. Yeah. Hey, Maggie. And that goes to artists too, because if you're trying to get your work out there, but someone's only looking for like a colorist, send your work out. You don't know. Well, that's how you got Sean, because Sean does art, he does writing, he does all of it, but he's the colorist in this book. But now he's branching out and doing art and some other stuff and other projects. So you don't never
think about that.
Know.
I saw Sean, I think online just posting, and then I messaged him. Well, think about that. Like he's just randomly putting his stuff out there. I messaged him. And now he's done 3 different things for me. So like you never know what relationships you could build up over time.
Very true. All right, we got 10 questions starred in a thing, but there was something I want to message in here. Oh man. Okay, we had so much. Okay, people are coming in here. Wait, hold on.
Damn. So getting artists is easy, but don't get desperate one. I think that's a good rule of thumb for anything in life.
Yeah.
Just because
maybe,
somebody says yes doesn't mean they're the right fit. Don't settle.
Even when you have a home and you're getting quotes on stuff, get at least 3.
Yeah.
Get a couple.
Get the surveyor in. Get the surveyor in to see what the
Yes.
house is actually like.
Oh, here we go. This is so Sienkiewicz is going to be in your Blackout Bombshell. Is that right? He's got something going on in there.
This will be revealed this coming Friday.
But
he is doing the final cover, the final main cover.
Oh, so Saturday is what you said.
Yeah, no, Friday.
Yes. Oh wait. Okay, let me go get to the questions and I'll be right.
No, getting him.
Girlfriends.
Very true. Getting him was phenomenal because this is a fun story. When I started working with Sumerian, I sent them my submission just through their normal submissions portal for Blackout. They got back to me in 16 minutes, and I was very proud of that. I was very proud of that. They said, "We love the book. We want you to come on." And not only that, but we will help you get some artists that you normally couldn't get. And but Bill Sienkiewicz was the guy. They're like, we don't think we can get him. So I personally reached out to him, and I'm like, "Hey man, help me out." And he's like, "I don't know you, but I'll do it." I don't know you, but yeah, sure.
That's hilarious. So what did the dudes over at the comic company say? We go, "Hey, guess what? I got him."
They didn't complain. They didn't complain at all. I didn't even tell them because I was worried they were gonna be like, no, don't do it. And then
that's funny.
I just emailed like, "Oh, hey, by the way, issue 3 cover is by Bill Sienkiewicz." And then I just gave them the file, and then they're like, "Oh, yeah, okay." like okay then, yeah, fair enough.
Amazing. All right, now we have 14 questions starred in there. Okay, so
okay, hit me.
Okay, Glenn wants to know. Oh, Glenn, by the way, he is also in the UK at the moment. So there you go.
I'm in Cornwall, Glenn.
Yeah, there you go. You might be neighbors. You don't even know. He wants to know, what's your favorite all-time film?
You can't do that.
Yeah, doozy. I know.
Can I do top 3? I'm gonna do it anyway.
Yes, please do top 3.
Top 3. I really love an animated
I lied.
film.
You gotta do top 2.
Top 2. There's an animated film by Don Hertzfeldt that I love. It's called "It's Such a Beautiful Day." I think that is my favorite film of all time, but that's not a film I could watch all the time. Another film I like is The Lighthouse. I love The Lighthouse, of just Robert Pattinson and Willem Dafoe going nuts in a lighthouse. So that one's good. And then the third one, I'll make it a comic book movie because why not?
Okay.
I think every time I see Captain America: The First Avenger, I just sit down and watch it whenever it's playing. So I think that was the first MCU film I ever saw. So I think I'm going to throw that one up there as my favorite MCU film. Yes. And it says right here, he's in the Southeast, just a few hours away. Okay, so I challenge you to a duel. We have to meet in the middle.
Okay.
Pistols at dawn. We're going to bury Lyndon this shit. So that's the plan.
Yeah, you got to do it. Meet up at a con or something and go balls to the walls and do things. Damn, I was going to say something in that, and now I forgot.
I just mesmerized you with all my excellent film taste.
All the wording has memorized me, and I just said memorized me. Oh my god, mesmerized me. Okay, we've got a lot of questions coming up. I'm sorry, people. Journey says you can never prepare enough for him. Also, this is true because out of the 16 questions, I think 47 are his. So, be prepared. Okay, Phil wants to know.
Oh yes.
You have a favorite script writing software?
No, not at all. I have a script writing style, and I have Google Docs. So that's where you will find me. My script writing style has adapted over the years. If you were to look at my earlier scripts, they're pretty piss poor. But now I have a solid format that I always use for every single one of my scripts nowadays. That is very clear and very very readable and translatable for the artists. So that is a very simple question. Maybe not the sexiest answer, but that's the truth.
Well, he says excellent. Yes. You just watched the cat movies. Nice. And
I can't rewatch the cat movies, because then you get to Civil War, then you have to watch Avengers, and then you have to watch Avengers Endgame. That's too long.
Also true. That's like 97 hours of movies. It's a lot. It's far too many movies. You must know if you meet, you gotta be a fart duel. So are you down for a fart duel?
Well, we are in the country of beans, so it should be pretty easy. It should be pretty easy. I think we're gonna be okay. Glenn's gonna let loose.
Yeah, I told you. You are losing that duel. I don't know. You said you are in the country of beans. Yeah, I don't know.
Why are you betting against me? You're supposed to be on my side. You're
you're
interviewing me. This is not fair. That's not right, Katie. That's not right. That's twisted. That's evil.
Let's see. What are you working? I see some Kellogg's. I see a blender back there.
No, don't look at my kitchen. Get out of there. What gives you the right?
All right. Based on your whatever concoction of whatever you're putting in your shake, I say you might, in fact, equal him on the battlefield, the fart field, if you will. Okay. All right. Yeah, there's a lot of questions. We're getting there. We're getting there. All right. Good question, Phil.
I answered that one already.
Okay. Okay. Also, super good question. Again. We had to answer it twice. Okay. Good question, Glenn.
What made you want to write? You guys are gonna hate the answer because the answer's lame. It's literally like I don't. Okay. Well, no. It's now that I think about it, it's much more exciting than I thought it was gonna be. So growing up, I grew up in a family where I was always encouraged to have a job. And this was translated even as early as 8 years old. So I worked on my family farm starting at 8. From 8 to 14, I managed a chicken coop. I was the guy who collected eggs. I rustled the chickens up to put them back in, and I also was in charge of killing the chicken. So I would cut their heads off. Wow. And there was a rooster who I think is the most nefarious soul I've ever met on this planet. The most cruel and demented spirit I ever encountered in my travels. And I've never met such an evil ever again, but he would scratch the hell out of me. And I am glad he is no longer in my life, but yeah, that was a solid 6 years. And then after that, I was done with the chicken coop and I moved on. I worked I had various odds and ends jobs where I was a sound engineering assistant. I was a photographer's assistant. I worked in retail very briefly, but the main career that lasted a good long while was I worked as a manual laborer in a junkyard. And that is a place where I probably received a good chunk of the scars on my body.
Oh, man.
And there was this one instance, and this is a bit of a trigger warning for anyone who doesn't like hearing about blood, but I was in an incident where I basically cracked my head open. And I was 17, 18. And I'm bleeding. I look like I had hit my head, and I look at my hand, and I think I'm fine. And I look at my hand, and my whole hand's covered in the ooze. And then I'm like, oh, well, that's not good. And then I look at everyone's looking at me. And then I go look at my reflection, and I look like I stepped out of a war zone. And then as I'm just kind of sat down in this pseudo shock state, the boss comes over and he's like, buddy, you're not looking good, but do you think you could finish the job before?
Holy shit.
before you have to leave. And I'm like, yeah, I could do it. Yeah, I could do it. And I finished the job, and then I left, and then I got that fixed up. But that was sort of that was my big wake up call of I never want to do manual labor ever again in my life. I never want to do that. And luckily, when I was in school, a lot of teachers saw that I had a very, I don't want to use the word talent, but I had a knack for writing or an interest in writing, and I had a very good teacher who pushed me in a direction and gave me enough instruction that I fell in love with writing. And that was sort of the inception of that. But even when I was a little kid, I would write, but I'm not going to count that. You're just a little kid. You're just making stories. But there's always been this part of me that just likes writing. So, and I don't think I really appreciated that until I was much older as a late teenager. So, yeah, so that's how I got into writing. That's actually I think my real tragic backstory. So, yeah, I think that's it.
That is horrific. And I'm glad you survived your incident, because holy crap, what the hell? Who does that?
And I still have my hair. I don't have a scar or nothing. So I managed to live another day. It's wild.
Wow, that is intense. Damn.
Moment of silence. Everyone needs to recover.
We need to take that in, but I think we can also shout out to Phil coming up with the silence of the chickens for that. Holy crap. Wow. So that's how you got into comics, or is that how you were deported to Paris for
No. Well, yeah, that's the lead up before I was deported to Paris. Yeah, no, that was the build up. I'm like a crock pot. I was simmering for years, and then they finally let me explode in France.
That honestly, that is not the villain story that I thought. I thought there was something more nefarious going to happen with the rooster, and yeah.
We never made amends. No. We never made amends, but I would never hurt him because I respected him. You know, like he had his place in the society, and I had to adhere to that.
Yeah, that's not where I thought that.
I probably scared everyone now. I got too honest. Jeez.
That's okay. You don't worry. You're fitting right in. You're fitting right in. We're actually getting more people coming by.
Oh no, that attracted everyone. They're like, oh man, juicy. Things are juicy. Lewis Southard's greatest secrets revealed. We got to get in on this.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Phil, come in with some good questions here, Phil.
Do you have a favorite go-to gateway comic you recommend to friends who are curious to start reading comics? Okay, that's another loaded question. Now, there's nothing more difficult than getting someone into comics. I personally think it depends on the person. If you know someone who likes the movies but hasn't read the comics, I would think to get them like an evergreen book that would introduce them to a character that maybe they like. So ask them, hey, does any character in the MCU or the DC movies interest you? Then give them like a one and done story and then let them go from there. If you know anyone who's like, oh, comics are for kids, go for something a bit more adult. And I don't mean like Watchmen or anything like that. I think Neil Gaiman's The Sandman is a phenomenal entry point for your more snooty people. But me personally, if I were the one to try to introduce someone, there are two books off the top of my head I always go with. For Marvel, it is Spider-Man Life Story by Chip Zdarsky, because that is a perfect summation of the 60 years of Spider-Man. And I think that that's a great, everyone likes Spider-Man, and that's a great, like, oh, this is like his greatest highlights. So that's a good one. For DC, other than Sandman, I think if you want to go into the more comic booky superhero stuff, Grant Morrison's The Multiversity. I swear by this book, because each issue is a new #1 told in a different style, featuring different casts from different corners of the DC universe. So it has like the Charlton characters with like Blue Beetle and Question and Captain Atom and Nightshade. and then you have like the Thunderworld with like the Shazam characters, and then you have like it's just a great sample. Especially what I always think of DC as the more multiverse driven publisher. So that has a little bit of everything for everyone. So I think that's like giving someone like a serving tray at a party, or any of the works of Tom King. I think any of the works of Tom King are great, especially Human Target or Mr. Miracle. So that's what I would recommend. Basically, you got to give someone something a bit more simple, so then it's a gateway drug, right? Like, oh, give them like a little like, oh, this is interesting, and then if they really want to pursue it, then they'll go down the rabbit hole themselves.
Yeah, you got to get them hooked slowly. Got to come back. That's the key. I think mine, like I have weird taste in books, like 90s babes books and whatever, but I find, especially if I find local stuff, I'll buy multiple copies of books from local artists, and that's what I usually give to people, like when I'm around cons or like around here, I'll do giveaways for that kind of stuff to get people, especially because a lot of times they're not going to find local artists to me locally or to you locally. I think that's a good way to get people to read stuff that they normally do. So, but that's usually my taste on comics, because I find super weird books in 90s books.
There's nothing better than supporting a smaller artist. So I think that's another great example of look at your own community for smaller cons, because you never know who you can meet. And then you never know what friends you can make, even within wherever you're living.
Oh, definitely. Okay, here's a really good question from Blake.
How much should I be prepared to pay for an artist if I was to try and get a comic published? Well, that can very much depend on the artist. The highest I ever paid for an interior artist, I would say, is around $150. But that's because I had more company support. That's not really coming out of pocket. The cheapest I've ever spent for an artist is $40 per page. You can get very talented people in like the 40 to 60 price range, and you could build that comic over time. And that's certainly what I did when I was starting out. I made sure to save enough money to, and keep in mind, like I said earlier, I managed to get all my university money back, so I had a bit of a jump start. But I did not. That lasted a while, but it did not last forever. So you have to, I think, depending on the artist, they're perfectly good people for reasonable prices. And this is another, like I said earlier, there's nothing wrong with waiting, because there is this sort of magical thing of there is that person with the art style you're looking for the price you can afford. And there's nothing wrong with holding out, not because maybe you want to save money or whatever, but just not for that specific issue, but think for the longevity of the entire project. Like, if you want to make 5 issues, you have to look at it. Can I afford to make 5 issues all the way through? So I think you have to look at those things more long-term than like right now. So yeah, so that's what I think that's my advice.
Good advice. Did that answer all your questions, Blake? Hopefully. Here's a really, really, really important question, and I'm not sure how you're going to answer this, but how do you feel about Glenn's outfit?
Well, I saw it from a mile away, and I didn't like it from that far.
But
when I got up
he's
close,
dressed as Superman. Yeah.
Is he really?
Yeah. That is Superman, but I'm gonna guess he's wearing Superman pajamas.
He's referencing that. Yeah, I like Superman. That's dope. I thought the guy was just like making a superfluous question.
He was, but I'm gonna say I'm guessing right now he's dressed as Superman, so we're gonna base his outfit based on what we think Glenn is wearing as Superman. Yeah. So that's how we're gonna rate him, his outfit.
Give it an 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10. 8 out of
Knocking,
10. Okay.
knocking 2 off because it's not very original. I've seen Superman
Okay.
before.
Perfect.
Maybe Superman with like sequins. That's a little different.
It's the red boots, isn't it? Yep. Yeah, definitely the red boots. Drax says he'll draw you a comic. That's a deal. That's a deal there,
I
Drax.
bet the friend price is $17,001.
That's definitely $17,001. Okay. You guys are hilarious. Okay. Glenn wants to know, what's the difference in writing a comic to writing a screenplay? Because Glenn really likes movies. He's a huge movie buff.
Unfortunately, I've not written a screenplay, but I think the difference is I think for a screenplay you have to be a bit more detailed.
Yeah.
With like you have to convey like what the person is doing, and like you have to note like complete scene changes and like what it looks. It's a lot more involved because you can't just say like I don't know like Margot reaches over to grab the thing and then holds it close to her chest and then like does that. I mean, you could for a comic, but it's not necessary because I think a lot of artists. For me, with some of my scripts, it's like guy walks across the room and then the artist draws whatever it is they need to draw. I think depending on your collaborator, some people need immense detail. Like you need to be utterly literal with what you want. And other people, you'll just give them a line and then they make the most perfect thing in the world. So I'm not an expert in how to write a screenplay, unfortunately. But the next thing I'll do is make a movie. That'll be my. Wait. Let me talk about something. Let me talk about things I've been making recently. Well, let's go on a tangent. Let's go on a tangent.
Okay. Let's go on a tangent.
Two things I've been making of that I've been very proud of. Number one, I've started to design a video game, and it's a dating simulator.
And a dating sim. Okay.
It's a dating sim. Yeah, it's a visual novel, and it is the most bizarre thing I've ever decided to do. So in terms of the screenplay thing, I think that's the closest thing I've managed to make in comparison. So that's a little tease. I'm not going to reveal the name or nothing because it started with a title. It started with a title, and the title was so good that I needed to make something. I needed to make it. So I've embarked on this.
Your mind immediately went to dating sim game?
Yes, actually. Like there was no other way to make it. Like I don't know if you've ever encountered this in your life, but have you ever encountered the thought of something or encountered something where you're like, this is just so amazing that I have to do something about it.
Yes.
So like that's where I'm at. And then the other thing that I'm very proud of making is I made ratatouille the other day. I made peasant dish, and it's on my Instagram for everyone to see, and it came out perfectly. And my partner didn't eat it because they don't like eggplant, and I've been furious at them ever since. The worst part was they said it didn't even taste bad. They said it tasted very good. They just couldn't handle the texture, and I've been livid. But however, I'm very proud. No rats involved, and that
could either be a plus or minus depending on who was in the chat, because some people are pro rat in the chat.
Is there a rat squad? Can I hear a hashtag rat? I want to see in the chat right now hashtag rat gang. Please get that started.
Hashtag the rat gang, please.
Please hashtag rat gang started. If I don't see it, I'm gonna leave.
Oh, he will. He's already threatened to leave before because I call him Southard. No, I didn't call him that.
Don't do that.
I actually didn't call you that. You said somebody else was calling you that. Just saying. Oh, we actually got us. There we go. There we go.
Rat gang. Yeah.
Rat gang. There you go. There you go. I was actually fairly impressed by that because when I saw that, I was like, it actually matches the colors to your book when he made that.
Yeah, the ratatouille colors.
It really does match his book. That's great. Oh, look at this.
I'll give a little tidbit about Sean's coloring.
Yes.
Based on the subject matter of the story, he actually referenced the coloring styles of old romance comics.
Nice. I can see that with his art too. Hold on, I'm choking to death. Hold on a second.
The rat gang's killing you.
The rat gang is because no, I was actually choking on this one. He said he did not like hamsters. Died. Oh man. What up, rat gang? Oh man. Holy crap.
I want to see rat gang trending on Twitter or X right now. I need to see it. I need to see it going up.
Let's please hashtag that. Holy shit, Phil. What it
how do you accidentally do that?
Yeah.
That's a rhetorical question. Don't answer that.
No, don't. Oh my God. What's up, Caroline? Oh, jeez, you guys are. I can't even.
I'm sorry, Katie. I didn't plan for this chaos. I didn't plan for this to go the way it did.
I already knew it was gonna happen, and I'm. Oh damn. That's what happens. Damn, Journey. Okay. Duke's Mayo versus Rat Gang, who wins? You know, I could definitely see the Duke's Mayo gang versus the Rat Gang because that's his gang is the Duke's Mayo gang. Carolina, Chris.
I didn't mean to start gang war. Now I feel bad.
It's fine. He'll survive. He plays a lot of Apex. It'll be fine. Oh my God, you guys are such
only
dorks.
I could enter a comic book.
Cat gang. Oh, now we're gonna fight with the cat gang. Get out of here, Drac.
Only I could enter a comic book like interview show and then somehow launch an international gang war. I did not expect that.
True. This is true. Well, you were deported from Paris, so you know.
I left. I was deported. You know, I wasn't deported. You know what? I'll tell you. I'll elaborate on that. I'm going to elaborate on that because screw you. First of all, on my university application, I literally checked the wrong box.
And that's their fault for not looking at boxes.
No, it's my fault. It's my fault. But I'm not complaining about it. Like I mean, I am in a halfway, but I don't regret it. I mean, if I hadn't have done it, I wouldn't have ended up here. Think about that, and we wouldn't have the rat gang if I hadn't have checked that box. So
also true.
Butterfly effect, ripples, rat.
Rippled rat. Oh,
ripples and rat. Think about that.
Oh man. So we now have the Ratatatata and the gang Scata, and then we have a Batawing hashtag. Oh my God. And then we have Bat Gang also happening right now.
So comic books.
Yeah, comic books. Also, another important question. Also, maybe you can give us insider information on the fries from France. Do you prefer French fries or onion rings?
Onion rings all the way. I don't really like potato.
You don't like potato? Holy shit!
I hate them mashed. I
hate them mashed?
What do you love? Mashed potatoes?
I just had some earlier today.
Wow! Jeez. We were born to be enemies, Katie.
That's fine. I'm a villain at heart, so this is perfect. You know. That's fine. That's fine.
I love mashed. Oh God.
Oh
I like sweet potatoes. I like sweet potatoes.
Okay, you can make a really good sweet potato mash. That's good. It's fine.
I agree.
Yeah, I also had sweet potato tots, so yeah, it's fine.
Okay, well, you're back in good graces now.
Okay, all right, perfect. Whoa.
Okay. Okay. Well, I can't. Is there another question, or should I go straight into Blackout Bombshell?
Would you like to talk about Blackout Bombshell for a while? Then we get into way more of the 31 questions that I have saved for you.
Let's gut some questions. Let's go through it.
Okay, I don't know because we got a whole hunk of CJs coming up.
Okay, fine. We'll talk about Blackout Bombshell. Okay, everyone.
Yes, there you go.
FOC this weekend is the Blackout Bombshell.
Weekend. Holy
Issue
shit.
1. Issue 1, the Blackout Bombshell from Sumerian Comics. Yes. It's a noir comedy book. Written by me. It's a miniseries, 3 issues, oversized books, each one. It's set in 1967 in the fictional Sterling City. Detective Jack Atlas has been hired to solve a very important case. But unfortunately, he doesn't remember a single thing about it. He is an alcoholic, and on one bender, he has blacked out completely. And when he sobers up and comes to, someone has hired him to do something. He just doesn't know what or what he's looking for or who hired him. He doesn't know a single thing. So while he's trying to figure out what the case even is, there are many people trying to stop him from solving the case. But it's like, I don't know what I'm doing, and yet all you people are trying to stop me. So it's very much a guy trying to work backwards. Along with his that's Detective Jack Atlas, along with his best friend and lawyer, Casper Fitzpatrick, who is his Watson to Jack's Sherlock. But I will say that Casper Fitzpatrick also has problems of his own that are explored in the book. And I am very, very proud of this book. It is, the art is by Dean Kotz, colors by Patrick Burmeyer, and letters by Buddy Bodwin. And this is one of the greatest creative teams I've worked with thus far in my career. I'm very proud of my writing in it. I'm very proud of the story. I'm very proud of the art, the production, and I am very happy to have Sumerian as the publisher. They've been a dream to work with. They've been supporting this book all the way through. Oh wait, scroll down. Let's see the character descriptions. Yeah.
That's why I pulled it up. That's why you were going through that real quick. Yeah. So this is your website here, first of all. Yeah, this is your website here. So if people don't know, you did a couple other titles, but this is for Blackout Bombshell. I think this is a regular cover. So if you're doing your FOC, this is the main cover that you're gonna see when you go do your orders, because that's the one that I ordered when I did my FOC this week.
That the cover art for issues 1 and 2, or if you want to go back up, the issue 1 cover is by Heather Vaughn, as well as issue 2, and she's a phenomenal artist. I love working with her, and she does so many great things. So give her a follow. And like I said, the 3rd issue cover is by Bill Sienkiewicz, and if you don't know who that is, shame on you. So
if you don't know who that is, you can get out of this chat right now.
Yeah. So let's go down to the main characters. I'll let you read them. You gotta sell them. You gotta sell them the best you can.
Variant cover artist by Esteban Sanchez. I think someone might have did something with somebody.
Oh, I love Esteban. He's doing the covers for a miniseries I'm working on. So no, he's great. Okay, read, Katie. Come on, hit us with your best narrator. Newsreel.
Main characters: Detective Jack Atlas. He's a Korean war vet. He's divorced. He's an alcoholic with a heart of gold. Old Jackie Atlas is a lot of things, but rest assured, knowing he'll always stand by what's right, plus what's wrong pays better. Ha ha ha. Yes.
That's good. That's good.
That's good. I can do better.
Enticed. I'm enticed. No. Hit
us
with
you're enticed. Oh shit, my book. Hold on.
You destroyed it. You've destroyed it.
Yeah, I am not one for. Hey, I have my beautiful rosebud over there. Everyone knows I'm not afraid to destroy a book. All right. Hey. Casper I can't even say that. Casper Fitzpatrick, Esquire. Don't let the suit fool you. This lawyer is with you, dig. Casper is not only Jack's best friend, but is currently undergoing a smidgen of personal crisis. Good for him. Hey.
That's great.
The Blackout Bombshell, the center of everything.
Dun dun dun.
Ba ba ba.
And then that's a great list of everyone we have working on this project. This is probably my biggest project thus far in my career. Like, and with the sheer amount of talent, I'll say this. I really liked working with Sumerian because they gave me complete creative control of who I could work with. So I went every possible direction with the people I wanted to hire. So yeah, I have industry pros like Bill Sienkiewicz and Richard Pace, but I wanted to get mean people too, like Beetle Moses and Meat Geary, where Beetle Moses does the backup of issue 3, and then Meat Geary does one of the variants. Fede Vidal is a Spider-Man fan artist. I got him to do a Neon Genesis Evangelion homage cover, which I thought was hilarious for a noir book.
That's funny.
And then with Ryan Cody, I worked with before on Midnight, and yeah, and I'm even happy I got Malcolm Ward, who I met during my art studio days back in New York. He's like a recluse. Like this guy, he looks like if Alan Moore was 207 years old, and like
Whoa.
I was like, hey, do you want to do this just for old time's sake? And he's like, I guess. So getting him to do it was very, very fun. No, but that one's just for me. Like all the rest are they're all very talented people, and I could not have asked for like just a beautiful set of people.
It's a great group of people. There's a lot of hot talent here. And I mean, I've never heard of this artist, and now I'm so curious that I would like to
Meet
go
Gary?
look this
She
yes.
does a lot of Simpsons fan art, as well as like a lot of she did the Simpsons. She did Hey Arnold. She did.
Okay.
She has like a whole 1960s art collection going on right now. So
interesting. Okay.
She's doing a lot of stuff. I just figured like comics it's just this wide medium, right? There's so many different kinds of comics. So there's so many different people working, and I feel like it's almost disheartening to see projects seem so overall consistent and similar. I think when you're dealing with something artistic, you kind of should go off the wall. Like, why not do something a little bit different with everything? And like that's the point of art. Why do a variant cover that's very similar to the main cover? It's like, no, let's do something nuts. Let's do some wild. Or if it's like, oh, we're getting a backup story, it's like, then let's get somebody that wouldn't normally do this. Like, let's just go wild. And I think that's just fun, creative expression, especially when you're in that position of like, somebody's like, you can get whoever you want. It's like, okay, then I'm going to get just a wide array of people. And you're also connecting with different audiences, because all these people have very different fans that maybe aren't necessarily comic book readers, but hey, now they know that someone they like or someone they follow is doing something new. And I think that's very cool.
Okay, so Joe has a good question. He wants to know, does the book for Bombshell get as graphic as Sin City?
There is a lot of swearing, and there is there is a lot of swearing. There's a lot of violence. There's some drug use. There is sex, but there's no nudity. No, there is nudity, but it's tasteful. It's not gratuitous. And
oh, boo. No, okay.
Yeah, so that when I think of Sin City, I think of it very. I'm not going to lie to the fine Katie crew, the beeholes. That this book is not. This book is stylistically and like contextually a noir, right? But it's a stealth like buddy comedy book, because it's just it's very much inspired from Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. So it's just about a very neurotic guy and his lawyer / buddy just trying to figure out a very seemingly complex situation, but perhaps it's not as complex as they think. And them trying to fix it kind of makes everything worse. So it's a stealth comedy disguised as a noir.
Okay. Did that answer your question, Joe?
Probably not, but we've moved on. We've moved on by now.
All right. So CJ wants to know, do you prefer working on miniseries, or do you like to do a longer series?
Well, the only ongoing that I ever got to work on was Villain Seeking Hero. I did 18 issues of that, and that did not go very well. But I like them for different reasons. I like miniseries because there's a succinct beginning, middle, and end. And that's like, oh, hand it to someone, it's done, it's good. And also as a creator, I feel very satisfied. And if I want to make a sequel or a prequel later on, then I can kind of take what was there before and build off of it, but it's not like utterly holy, you know? In terms of an ongoing, I am a sucker for storytelling where it's like there was a little detail earlier on that becomes like essential in a later issue. So let's say something happens in issue 2 to one character, and then issue 18 it comes back up. Like, I like that sort of satisfying fulfillment of ongoing readership, especially if you have strong continuity. But unfortunately, with the way the climate of the industry is, you're probably not going to get ongoings, and I said this earlier, unless you get a licensed title. So for me right now, I am perfectly content being in the miniseries field, and if anything, it's been very rewarding. I think, like with Midnight Witch Trial, that is a continuation of the original Midnight, and they go hand in hand, and you are getting more of that continuity in that world and those characters. But the best part about that is you can read either one, and it doesn't really affect the other. But if you read both, and you get this big picture, you get this amazing thing that is planned out and is there waiting for you. But that's for someone who's genuinely interested in it. Your average reader who's just going to like pick it up, read it, set it down, and not think about it anymore, I think it's the responsibility of the creator to make sure that even they get a satisfying experience. So yeah, they've got their pros and cons. They've got their pros and cons either way. And to pick a favorite is like picking your favorite child. Like, it doesn't really work that way.
How many issues are going to be in the Witch Trials?
5 issues.
5 issues? Okay.
That's the beginning, middle, and end. So
I think that's a good size series, 5. Because you can always come back and do a little bit more with it if you want to add more to the series with the 5. I think that's a good length of one run.
Well, because it's a prequel, then you go back and read the original series.
Yes.
And then bam, you got 10 issues right there. I do have an idea for a third one.
Ooh, okay.
If I had my way, I would do this like a Hellboy style thing, where I would have my main series, and then I would have like a little series where I would do like one and done adventures that have different groupings of characters or different timelines. I'd hop around, but unfortunately, I'm not really in that position. So I'll just stick with miniseries.
Okay. All right. So there are 40 questions saved.
Okay, now let's do it. Wait. Everyone, the Rat Gang, #Rat Gang, rise up. Go out.
Rat Gang, rise up. All right.
Pre-order
Chaos.
Blackout Bombshell.
Yes.
Pre-order that. Support an indie comic. And wait. This is a David and Goliath situation. I'm sorry. I know you got a lot of questions, but I got to say this. Sumerian Comics is printing Bad Omens, which is written by a band, like a very popular emo band. They're printing the American Psycho book, and they're printing Fatal Attraction in their relaunch of the company. I am their only original creation. I am their only independent creative book. So like, I am stacked up against the IP. So please pre-order and help us show Sumerian that like independent creations still have a place. So please, any support.
Yes, support them. Here, I'm going to drop a link to their website in the chat, because I think I did in the StreamYard. I mean, in the stream thingy, but if not, I'll place it back in there. But I did notice that it wasn't on for pre-order yet on their website. But yes, they have good books. They have some cool stuff on there that I would want to definitely read myself. Yes, you love indies? Yes, indies are amazing. Also, Drac is the Rat Gang rising up.
Yes, Rat Gang, flourish. Go to Sumerian right now. Everyone tweet at Sumerian. Say,
run there. And Joe is actually sending the rats. Yes. Amazing.
Okay. Question time. Let's hit it.
Question time. All right. Okay. Are you ready for this? I don't know.
We'll figure it out. We'll ride. Perfect. What do you think is more important for sales, art or writing? Don't take the safe approach with generic answer. Okay. What's more important? Art. You can have a well-written story with terrible art. People would not pay attention. But if you have a mediocre story with excellent art, that's still more palatable to people. But if you have something that looks ugly, if not ugly, unappealing, I think that's an easier turn-off switch. You know, I think I think that's the way. So art is definitely more important.
Okay. All right.
Simple.
Okay, here's another thought-provoking question. Interesting. Have you been screwed by someone in the business? If so, how badly?
Well, I can't talk about that.
Oh no.
I don't think I
Mhm.
could legally at this point in my life talk about that.
Yes. So the answer to that would be yes.
Yeah, yeah,
And you
yeah.
can't say.
I can't say, but second best would be what was it? Action Lab Entertainment went under the year my book was supposed to come out, and if you're not aware, there is a class action lawsuit currently undergoing. Many creators are trying to get their publishing rights back because
Mhm.
now, due to legal wording in a lot of their contracts, Action Lab has a stranglehold on all these books.
Yeah.
So I was fortunate enough that I had a lot of free time during the pandemic. I don't know about you, but I did. So every day after my book was shelved, indefinite hiatus, I emailed the CEO of the company to give me my rights back. And I
Oh,
bothered him
damn.
every day, and then he did. We signed a contract, and when it became very apparent that I was not giving up, um, then I got it back. But that was a situation where if I had not been the squeakiest wheel in the machine, then I would not have gotten my book back. And I'm very happy that I do have it back.
Yeah, there was a lot of people that got screwed over that I know. Dan Mendoza, big time, got zombie tramp with that happened.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people that affected with the all of that from Action Lab.
Well, I managed to sneak in before all that started, so
Oh,
that
perfect.
was lucky. This guy has chutzpah. I got moxie. I got bravado.
Yes, he sure do.
I'm sorry. I feel like we're on different wavelengths now. I feel like I'm an energy vampire. I'm
You're
slowly...
getting the energy. You had 0 when we started, and now all my Mountain Dews are gone, and I'm crashing. It's crazy, but it's fine.
I'm an energy vampire. This is my stream now. These are all my people. I've turned them into the rat gang.
You did. You took my peeps from me. It's okay. You can take them for a while. It's fine. Here, I'm gonna ask Drax question because I know he was in here for a while, and I know this kind of pertained to a couple of the people because I know you posted some projects online that you were looking for some people for some things. So I don't know. Hey, let me take your
Okay.
let me stop sharing so we can make this larger. There we go. Ah, shit, my face. Hi.
So you recently posted on Instagram that you were looking for an artist for a new project. How was the response to that? Greater or less than your expectations? And did you find one? Yes, I was looking for an artist for a new book. I'll answer one bit. I had to get rid of that because I originally put a different project I was working on with somebody else on hiatus. But when it became very apparent that an opportunity was coming, I had to shut down this new project in favor of going back to the old one. So did I find one? No, because I had to basically shelve this. In terms of the response, it very much it varies heavily on the day or the hour. You could post a post that gets swept up like something in a flood, or you could post something that gets utterly ignored. That day was an average day, but it depends. It really depends. In terms of like who responds, it's a good mix. It's a good mix, but of professionals and up and comers. But that was a situation where even all the people who messaged me, they were talented, they were great, they had the portfolio to back it up, but none of them were that fit, And yeah, so that project put on hold, but the people who responded, they did, and they did everything perfectly. It just didn't go the way even I thought it was going to go. So
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, that's good to know. And here's a follow-up question too, because I have a lot of artsy people in chats that may be looking to get into the business. So Nin wants to know, what are you looking for artists, and what should people do to put in their, like, what are you looking for in their portfolios?
Well, looking for artists. Usually, when I'm starting a brand new project, I put out a call online, a cold call, just saying, "Hey, this is the type of book I want to make. Please email me your portfolio," and it's simple as that. And what I look for, like, unfortunately, I can't give you a very clear answer because that's subjective. It depends on the project. It depends on like the tone. It depends what we're trying to make. So I guess a more generic answer of what I'm trying to look for in a portfolio, I just want to look, I want to see, like, maybe me personally, I like seeing someone who's a bit adaptable and someone who maybe has their own style, or somebody who has a clear collection of work. There have been plenty of people that kind of just give one or two things, which I always think is not great. There have been plenty. I'll say this: if you ever email anyone, don't start out with like "your search is over" because I am here. Because most of the time, that person is not the person you want.
Okay.
That person's not great. So I think go.
So
Into
don't
anything.
start out cocky. Don't start out cocky. Yeah.
I need all the cockiness in the creative team. I can't have two of them. I can't have two of them. So yeah. Yeah. I really wish I could give you a better answer, Nin Player 89, but yeah, no, it very much it depends. It really depends.
Okay. Probably also depends on what the project is too.
Mhm.
Like your
if you,
dating sim game versus, a full-on comic might require two totally different
let me just
sets
tell you
of-
right there. Let me tell you right there. The guy designing the character models right now. He did one of the variant covers for Blackout Bombshell. I knew he could draw sexy women, and then I was like, "Hey, would you like to draw more sexy women?" And then he was like, "Yes, I will, and I'll do it." So
nice.
yeah, that's another thing. If you, like I said, like if a lot of people, you just never know which people you'll build like a long-lasting relationship with professionally. It's very bizarre, but good to have it nonetheless.
It's a very funny thing when you find a group of people that like who becomes your friends and like you talk to them all the time and you're like, wait a minute, you do that, like you could just you want to do that, like, and they're like, yeah, it's weird how that works, but yeah.
It's a
Wait.
beautiful and strange industry. I'll say
Yeah,
that.
it's weird.
On the
The
third
day of
day
dawn, look towards the horizon. Yes.
Well, I'm
Okay.
scared now.
You're okay. There are so many questions in here. I'll give you an easy one first, and then we'll
Okay.
get some doozies. Okay.
I'm not afraid.
Pop tarts or toaster strudels?
Toaster strudel. Next question.
Good. Boom. Who do you despise most in the industry?
What are you trying to do, man?
I told you I was gonna. That was the easy one.
I will. I don't hate anyone. There's no one in the industry I hate, really. Like,
yes.
I don't care. I don't care enough. I literally just want to stay in my own lane and just make my books. So yeah, I have no time to deal with that.
You just send your rat minions on them when no one knows. Yeah. Okay.
I'm not online, if that makes sense. Like, I'm not an online person. I literally, I'm just, I live my life. I just make ratatouille all day long.
Okay. That also seemed very time consuming. Like you lined it up color wise.
Oh no, that was.
You did rows. You did like you had to clean like a bunch of vegetables. You want me? Okay, I will pull up your ratatouille. Hold on. Let me go to your Instagram.
This is exactly what I wanted. This is exactly what I want. Please go on the Instagram.
I am going there right now. Don't you worry.
Can you pull up another question? I'll stall while you pull this up.
All right. Here, let me give you a thought-provoking one. What are your thoughts on AI writing ad art? Bam, there you go.
What are your thoughts on AI? I hate AI writing. I think a lot. I think with AI writing and AI art, that is for people that want to do something without putting in the effort. And I think that is that is, on one hand, like, is it great? Do create these creative people get to manage to make their ideas? Sure, but it's not legitimate, if that makes sense. It's not like you actually took the time to learn or to improve. You just came up with a prompt, and I'm sure coming up with that specific prompt was difficult. Yeah, there it is. Yeah.
There's your
man, that's the ratatouille.
world famous ratatouille.
It's the first time I made it too.
First time you made it. Look. Okay, just can we take a
Perfectly
minute?
layered.
Literally layered perfectly. Literally color matching this comic book. I'm not even kidding. Like, can we take a second to realize this?
This was a
Like,
long-winded marketing plan.
It took you days upon days to layer this out. Let's take a look at the process. What is actually in? There's you.
That's
cutting
me
up
eating
some
tomato.
stuff.
Look at all the stuff I cut. See those bowls?
So many. You had to open cans and everything. Look at this. Cans. They were chopping. There was different plates involved.
Yeah.
That's so technical. Then you were layering on top of layering. What is actually in this? Looks like some tomatoes.
That is eggplant, tomato, zucchini, and butternut squash.
Wow. What is this
beneath that? That's on top of a homemade sauce made out of crushed tomato, 2 different types of bell pepper, and onion. So yeah, I love cooking. I make all sorts of things. I love learning how to make new stuff. So yeah, that was it before it went in the oven. So,
yes, the very first picture right there. Look at how that came out. So tender.
It was
so
delicious.
Lovely.
It was delicious. And I'm not just saying that because I made it.
No.
I really didn't expect to like. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be a thought bubble, by the way.
It just popped there. Where did it go? Where did it go?
I think to the
right. How did it get back there? Where did it go?
Oh, there
you go. There it
Perfect. Is. Yeah, no, that was awesome. The last big thing that I made that I really, what was it? I baked mint chocolate chip cookies a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
I made raspberry dark chocolate brownies. I baked that another day.
Ooh.
That was really good. Everyone hates at least one person. Okay.
Joe here is giving you lots of eggplants, and he wants to know, will you marry him?
I'm spoken for, Joe, but catch me again in 5 years. Who knows where I'll
be? Yeah.
Wait for me, Joe. Wait for me, please. This ratatouille could be yours.
It might still be there. You don't know. Just getting more flavor for you.
I didn't mean to come on here and break hearts, Katie. I didn't.
You never know. You never know.
You never set out to do it, and yet
it just happens. It just happens.
Well done.
Yes, well done.
Thank you, Immortal Bishak. Okay, let's get back to the comics. Enough with
back to the comics.
Enough of Lewis's culinary hour.
All right. I don't know. What else is on your? I could creep on your page.
No. Get out of there.
Should I creep on it? Wait, no. Let's. Who's this? Oh, there's you.
That's
Hi.
me.
It looks like you're pooping in the trenches. You belong on our page.
I'm by a viaduct.
By a viaduct, amazing. I don't know why that's not loading, but here's more of your books. Look at your books. Look at your books. Look at books and stuff. Oh, this is cover 2. So when does cover 2 actually come out?
I should say. Oh no, it doesn't. That
August
is coming
20.
out. No. 23rd? It comes out. The date for that is October 4th.
Okay, but you can order it.
Yes, that's the previews code.
Oh, okay. Cool.
That's just the code from the August catalog.
And then this artist is a Julian. Let me open her page. I like her page a lot. I love the cover.
She's great. Wait. If you go to the next one, if you don't mind.
Which one, right or left? Or
I think
this
right.
One? This one or this way?
Oh wait, no, the white one. Oh wait, no, click on the red one up top.
This one, the stained glass one?
Yeah,
yes.
That one I call that one Cowboy Church. Yeah, that one is that one's the collected edition of The First Midnight. That's coming out October 25th.
Oh, perfect.
And the cover for that is also by Julianne Griep. She's a phenomenal artist. I love her.
Her color. When I saw this, I immediately also wanted it immediately because I love the colors on it. Not only that, I one of my favorite illustrators of all times is Alphonse Mucha, and I saw this, I needed it immediately because it reminded me kind of like an homage to his work, and I love his work.
All the
So,
covers in
yes.
Witch Trial are that Art Nouveau style.
Yes.
So every single one's going to be a variation, and they're all better than the last. Like this Friday, keep an eye out for the newest one. So I don't want to spoil. I don't want to spoil any of the covers because I just want to wait for them to drop. They're just too good.
Okay, give me a second because StreamYard is spazzing out on me hardcore, and I can't click anything. What is it doing? Wow, it's like super lagging out. So yeah, give me a second on that. I'll just go creep more on your page real quick.
So no, please don't. I beg of you.
Why? You have something on here you don't want us to see? No,
not really. No. Just me and my partner doing lovely things.
Yeah, although you've done all kinds of fun stuff. No, I actually really enjoy your posts. Yeah, you guys are fun.
Yeah, I don't really. I think that's. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think people care about that. Other than the books, just me living my life isn't that exciting.
You would be surprised. People are weirdos. So you will be at this. Where is this?
Wait, can I? Oh no. Hello? Is it just me? It is. Oh no. Okay. Hello everyone. Unfortunately, I am the only one here. And is it still going? Can somebody in the chat say something? Oh gosh, this is terrible. So Lewis, tell us about your childhood. Well, unfortunately, I already did earlier. You're gonna okay, this is my show now. Take it over. Okay, haha. Well, we'll get to see you awkward. No, I can handle this. Whew. So comic books. Okay, so what music do you listen to as you write? That's a good question. For me, once again, depends on the story. If I'm listening to something more sci-fi, I tend to listen to like cyberpunk music. I listen to a lot of Carpenter Brut. If I'm listening to noir or I'm writing a noir or a detective thing, then I write listening to like jazz or something like that. I listen to a lot of pop music, a lot of rock music. So yeah. I really did not mean to take over this show, everyone. And I feel really bad, but I this is my cross to bear, and I will desperately try to make this go. So I think you should start your own YouTube channel. You know, I've thought about that, but I can't be bothered. Do you enjoy get the time to read novels and favorites? Well, I do love prose, and a prose novel I've actually been reading recently is Cormac McCarthy's Blood Meridian, because it's supposed to be a book very much about despair, the Old West, and it's just a very gruesome book. And I've been enjoying reading that, and it's somewhat surrealist despite it being. StreamYard will let her rejoin if she can. Okay, well I'll keep this going for as long as this is. If it turns into an abrupt goodbye, I apologize. But yeah, no, Cormac McCarthy's good. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the books coming up because I appreciate all this support. I think I broke K-pop with my questions. Maybe. Well, I appreciate all your support, and we've become the Rat Gang together. We've looked upon my prize Ratatouille, and now we're coming up in the fall. And Midnight Witch Trial, as well as Blackout Bombshell, these are independent books at some pretty decent sized publishers, and they really need all the help you can get. Or I can get. So pre-orders and I don't know, just going to your local shop and asking about it. I really appreciate that. If they've piqued your interest in this entire stream, then really you guys are the ones that will keep me working, keep me in the business. And I would really appreciate the support there. Calm down, everyone. This will be fine. I think we're gonna live, everyone. Oh wait, is it possible? Is it happening?
Well,
Yay!
I have no idea what happened. My computer is connected to the won't let me on StreamYard.
Oh no.
So that I moved to my phone, but I can't get on StreamYard from my computer. I can go everywhere else but StreamYard from my computer. I have no idea what happened.
Oh
Hi.
my god, I was really put on the spot. I thought we were both out, but then I looked over at the YouTube and I was still there.
Oh
and
no!
I was like, oh no! But I think I've done okay. I think I've done okay.
Did I make you squirm? Has this been the best interview you have ever done? It's amazing.
This is really kind of is. This is like a roller coaster. This is like being at the fair. I didn't
exciting.
expect this.
You have no idea what's gonna happen.
I feel bad. This is wild. This is wild. Can you still access the questions?
I can. There's 37 in there. 37.
I feel bad for all these people who have been meandering all this time, and they just want the goddamn questions answered. I told everyone I was going to take over this stream, and I meant it. I really meant it.
Okay, so let's see how this is going to work. Do I gotta click it? Okay, because I'm on mobile. I'm trying to figure this out. So here we go. Okay.
Well, we got one. Do you sympathize with the writers and artists on strike? Do you feel like comic creators need to start a union? I really do. They're fighting against AI, which is like what I was talking about. I don't really see the need of that. You're replacing like the arts with something so artificial, which goes against the entire point of the arts. In terms of comic creators starting a union, I really agree that there should be something like that put in place, but unfortunately, like because everything's so loosey goosey in terms of like freelance and just like people actually in the industry, it would be very difficult, and you would need to really like come up with something okay with that. But I don't know if that's possible, but I would love to see that in my lifetime, because I've been reading a lot about like Jack Kirby and Steve Ditko and just like the years of people getting taken advantage of. So, and I've been taken advantage of myself. So, like it's very hard and it's very disheartening, but this is really an industry that'll throw you some punches, but it'll also give you some really great highs. So yeah. I did hold through I survived, Norin Rad. I know you from Instagram. You're a big fan, and I appreciate your support.
Woohoo! Yes, we got a lot of people that said that you did great. So, the googly eyes got me. Oh no!
Wait! I'm grabbing another Red Bull. You take over for 2 seconds.
Red Bull. Shit.
I'm
okay. Well, fine. You that's fair. I did call you some interesting things today. Let's see. Calm down. Everything was fine. It was great. It was perfect. Nice. Okay. Back to the questions. Who do you admire most in the industry? I have no idea if you answered that or not.
Now that's a more positive question.
Yeah.
Who do I admire? I think my heroes. I got asked this the other day. Probably Grant Morrison.
Okay.
Grant Morrison's probably my favorite writer. When I was a kid, when I was starting out, I probably would have said Dan Slott. Probably Neil Gaiman now. And then yeah, I think those are the ones I kind of think about. I don't really go to Alan Moore, unfortunately, but another out of left field one, kind of comic book related because it's a comic book show. But Doc Hammer and Jackson Public, Doc Hammer and Jackson Public of the Venture Brothers. They are some favorite writers and creators of mine. Nice. I've met one half of the duo in person because him and I were in the same art collective. So but that was we met once, but it's a very boring story.
Oh yeah, how boring could it be?
I was so nervous to talk to him that when I walked up to him, I was like, "Hey, excuse me," and he's like, "Yeah," and I'm like, oh, could you please move out of the way? I need to go to the bathroom, because he was standing in front of the door. So then he's like,
Oh.
oh yeah, sure. And then that was as far as that was as far as it went. Todd
Well, that's a,
McFarlane Todd McFarlane's a great choice. He's a hell of a businessman and salesman. Yeah, no,
he is.
he is a marketing genius. A bit stubborn if you learn about like his history with Neil Gaiman,
Oh,
but he is a hell of a marketer.
he is hustling out there all the time. It's quite amazing.
He's
I
the
like
king of
going
the
in his
hustle.
live events. Yeah, I like going in his live streams. It's fascinating how that man's brain thinks, and he's fast too. Like the way that he does thinking and things. Ooh, what's that? Oh, CGC. He's doing another one. Nice. I know a lot of people that would be interested in getting Jim Lee signed stuff. That's their big guy. He's also another one that I like hanging in his live streams. Okay, CJ wants to know, what's your biggest challenge in getting started?
Finding a publisher who would say yes.
Ooh, okay.
That is, but even that, you could probably send the same project to a company that 1 year they'll say no, and then the next year they'll say yes. It's very much dependent on the company. But yeah, no, finding someone who would actually take me on, especially when I was at that point, like I'm a nobody now, but back then I was dirt on the ground. So like, that was hard, and it's a big risk for them. So yeah, finding somebody who will back you up, that's the hard one.
That's gotta be like how long did you spend like submitting to companies before you got selected, let's say for Scout? Like how did that go about?
For Scout, well, when I started was let's put the year 2019 as the year I started. Scout, I signed a contract in 2020.
Okay.
So but Action Lab I signed on the year earlier, so in 29. So like a year of trying, I got my first publisher.
Okay.
So took a year.
So did you send to a lot of companies first before you
Every
got
company.
to like the excellence? Every company. Wow. Okay.
Every company.
Well, what was like, okay, are the main ones that you sent and say, what was like their main like thing that they would say about the company, about the material that you were sending in that they didn't want? Like why they weren't selecting it?
You really think they're gonna tell you
Oh,
why they
I
didn't
don't
like
know.
it?
I've never submitted anything. I don't know.
No, they'll ignore you, or they'll just say it's not for us.
Wow. Oh,
That's
okay. So
that's that.
they give you bullshit stuff. They
Yeah,
don't
no,
say anything. Wow.
you're
Okay.
never gonna know why. So it's kind of up to you to kind of figure out the market for yourself.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Hey, John, what's up? You've been submitting for 15 years and never been published. Damn. Well, I guess that's why you're publishing yourself.
Well,
Good move.
there's always a chance. There's always a chance. You just never know.
Always a chance. You never know. Yeah. Keep submitting. Keep submitting, John. Also, yes, congrats on the Kickstarter that did fund, by the way, and you got one coming up. So go check that out, guys. Oh, it's your favorite vamp movie. What is your favorite vamp movie?
That's a damn good question. I don't really watch a lot of vampire movies. Midnight Mass on Netflix. It's not a movie, but it's a
Ooh.
miniseries.
Yeah,
That's great. I love that.
that is a good one.
Religious vampires, crazy.
Religious vampires. Yeah, no, there's something ultra weird about both of that, but it's good TV. Joe says John needs more chutzpah. Get more chutzpah, John. No, kidding.
He has plenty of chutzpah. Leave him alone, Joe.
He does. He's out there, publishing his own stuff. That takes a lot of chutzpah. Just saying.
Don't disparage him.
No. Good question, Glenn. How do you make the structure to start a new story? Ooh, fascinating.
Well, okay. So first I come up with the character, because that's the linchpin to everything. Like, who is the character? What do they want? And then you go from there. Depending on like the length of the story, I come up with an outline. So let's say I'm doing a 6-issue miniseries or a 5-issue miniseries, then I need like 5 beats that need to be covered across each issue. So you need your beginning, middle, and end, like your peaks and valleys, your climax, your ending, and you need your high points. Like, okay, let's say you have your introduction. Let's say at some point this character needs to kill this character, and then the end. Let's say they defeat the bad guy and everyone goes home and they smile and laugh and dance. So like, okay, you have those beats. This is what I need to get to. Then all the stuff in between, you don't really need to think about until you're actually writing the script, because it's like, okay, I get to be imaginative. Don't be too strict with yourself. Let yourself kind of naturally like, okay, how do I get from A to B? Like, what's all this stuff in between? So I think that is that's the way I go about it. Like, I'm like, okay, these are the points I need to hit, but how I get there is not determined yet. Now, where can I buy this chutzpah you are selling?
Yeah.
I'm not selling any chutzpah, but I got Blue Spark, Tesco Blue Spark. That's what I got. I will say I went to Fan Expo Philadelphia back in May, and I upset a few people.
Oh no!
Just not because I did anything wrong, but just because of the sheer amount of energy I had. And I remember there was this one guy when I did my whole sales pitch. I was doing my show and dance, and then he just like shook his head and it's like, "Damn, man, your fucking girlfriend must find you so entertaining." Like, and I'm like, yeah, kind of. So.
Oh man. Apparently you can buy it from Joe at 1-800-HUT-SPA. Nice. Good to know. Good to know, Joe. J2 wants to know, do you enjoy pickles, sir?
Do I enjoy pickles?
He is a pickle connoisseur, so he wants to know.
I like spicy pickles. I like bread and butter. I snack
spicy,
on bread and butter.
Yes.
Garlic pickles I like a lot. So, yeah, no, that's a good healthy snack.
I like pickle spears. Pickle spears are delicious, and I also like the garlic, the bread and butter, and the spicy. I also survived only from COVID due to spicy pickle spears. That's how I survived COVID.
When I was a boy, my dad bought me an entire bucket of pickles and told me I had to eat it. Like, he's like, this is your snack. This is your snack. Here, go eat your slop. And it's like, thank you. Thank you. I have a whole bucket of pickles. Awesome.
How long did it take you to eat the nice bucket of pickles?
I don't think you know what? I think it took me a year.
A year? How big was this bucket of pickles?
Katie, it's a bucket. It's a bucket filled with pickles.
Well, to a child, it could be 2 pickles. It could be 40 pickles. It could be, how big is a pickle? A pickle bucket.
They were slices, but Katie, I don't want to eat pickles every day. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, they were good, but they weren't that good.
Nice. He says you're cool in his book. Perfect.
Thank God. I was worried about that this whole time.
Yeah, you had to.
I'm
yeah.
Like, oh God, Amir's gonna think I'm lame. Sucks.
Oh, you don't like pickles? Get out of here. Out of here. Here's another hard-hitting question from Journey. What's a better submission to a publisher on a concept? Script for a comic or actual storyboard illustration of the story?
Neither.
Holy shit.
They don't. No publisher will accept a script, and a storyboard illustration. What I'm assuming you mean is thumbnails. They won't want that either. They need complete. If you want a strong submission, they want completed pages. The more, the better. That is your surefire way to get something through. You can get someone like, if you go to someone with, this is my idea, you're never going to go anywhere, because they can't see it. They can't see your vision as well as you can. So you have to go to them with the clearest, most like, this is what it is. And this is what you're going to get. And you'll have a stronger chance.
Perfect. Also, J2 says he could throw down a bucket of pickles in about a month for sure.
This guy only brought it up so he could brag, so he could boast.
He did.
Believe it.
Phil's been into deli meat roll-ups that he could incorporate into a pickle spear. Phil, not wrong. I'm also into deli meat roll-ups that I do slice of cheese, slice of meat, roll it up, and I eat that. That's my snack. What kind of deli meat?
This is turning into the gabagool corner. We're just like
talking could be. We got pickles. We got some meat. Yeah.
I ate some pastrami the other day.
I full on showed your ratatouille concoction earlier. It's a cooking stream now.
gotta humor the deli meat hour. It's only fair. It's only right.
Did he slide the bucket through a one-way metal dog? Deep in dark beige. Did you? Did you? Is that how you received your pickle slice of the day? Yeah. Your daily pickle slice.
I think Silence of the Lambs is a good. Just watch that movie if you want a full idea what my childhood was like. I think that's a good.
Wow! Instead of put the lotion on the skin, put the pickle in the mouth. Yeah.
Yeah. Please.
Yes. Okay. So I know a lot of people that drink the pickle juice right out of the jar, or they'll save the pickle juice and put vodka in it and make pickle shots. So yes,
I've seen pickle flavored moonshine.
Yes.
Like that's wild to me. I don't know how people could tolerate the stuff.
I don't know, but apparently it's a thing and people find it delicious. J2 always making it spicy wherever he goes. Yes. Way to go, J2.
Thank you.
Yes. Yes, thank you for bringing the pickles wherever you go.
I knew something was missing from the stream.
We got pickled. Yeah.
What is more difficult? Oh yeah. What do you feel is more difficult? The actual creation of a comic or the promotion needed to get it sold?
Whoa.
Oh, like I think the promotion is more difficult because once you get it made and you wait, like do they mean promotion to get it like approved by a publisher or promotion to get it like out like to market it? I think he means to market it.
Yeah. Let us know, CJ. You're still in the chat, so let us know.
Yeah, I would say marketing is a lot harder. But at the end of the day, it kind of turns into word of mouth. That's really like the way to get around it. Wait, I will excuse me for 1 minute because my laptop is dying, and I want to make sure this does not.
You're about to pull a K-pop?
Yeah, I'm gonna. Okay, so you need to stall if you want to pull up my Instagram and look at my whole life story.
I don't even know. Shit, I don't even know if I can do that from my phone.
Oh, what? Oh, okay. Don't do that then. My God, can you hold down the fort?
I can hold down the fort. If not, you can come back and I'll bring you back in there. It's fine.
No. I'll be right back. Hold on, everyone.
Okay, hold on to your butts. It'll be fine. Hey guys, what's happening? This has been amazing. Thank you for everyone for hanging. Yes. Yeah. Pickling things equals not. Yes, I've also heard that it's not. It's also very acidic and salty. The creation is probably more enjoyable. Yes, for sure. Coolest celeb I've seen in Detroit. I once had Sparky Anderson run my mom and I over with a golf cart at a mini World Series game. Yes. More flirty or more giggly? I downed so many bottles of Mountain Dew. Yes. Taco place has pickled onions are pretty good. Nobody brung up chamoy pickles. I don't think I've ever had chamoy pickles. Interesting. You're almost back. You can do it.
Perfect. It's saved.
You did it. You did it. You did it.
The stream is saved. I've done it. Okay.
It's saved. Perfect. Yeah, a couple people say chamoy pickles, and I'm pretty sure I pronounced that correct. And Joe said,
has everyone just been talking about pickles this whole time?
Half the people, yes. Some people also brought up pickled onions, so there's that.
Do you have an audio version of this podcast?
I could save one actually.
That'd be wild.
One. Joe says the creation is probably more enjoyable, and CJ was confirming to market, and he
Okay.
says get it sold.
So yeah, no, definitely marketing. Marketing. A lot of publishers don't really market it for you. I mean, some will in various different ways. But a lot of it's kind of up to you, which is why I'm doing stuff like this. So, which is great because I get to hang out with Katie and all of you. So, like, it all kind of works out in the end.
Yes, and you get to learn about pickles.
I don't. This is great. I don't regret a single bit of this. Like, this is right up my alley.
John, honestly, you came in at the best part when we're talking about pickles. Probably the most important parts of the conversation, about pickles. Okay, there's so many. Okay, this is a good question from Journey, because I have 97 saved of the 30 questions of his that are his. What's your biggest failure thus far? Oh shit!
Well, that would be once again Villain Seeking Hero. That was very sad.
Oh no!
And that was very much out of my control. But I think that was a situation where, to quote Yoda, failure is the greatest teacher of all. Where that was my first outing in the industry, and it blew up in my face. And I'm somewhat thankful that it did, because it taught me a lot of what not to do, what I should do, what I want and what I don't want in terms of working in the future. And it was quite possibly the greatest and most ultimate learning experience in my entire career. So I think I needed that failure in order to move forward. And I'm happy with where we went.
It's kind of good it happened really early on in your career, too, because you learned it fairly early so that you could move on and grow from that. And you learned fairly early enough that nothing super ultra bad, worse happened, because it could have gone far worse.
Oh, yeah. I know. Yeah. I know it could have gotten. Yeah. It was a wild time. I'll say that.
Yeah. So following that, he wants to know, what is your greatest success thus far?
Ooh, my greatest success.
Yes.
That I'm still able to do this. that they keep letting me make books. I think as of right now, my greatest success is, unfortunately it is just that they still let me make books, and I get to still work. I mean, that's good for me.
Perfect. So one of the last questions, well, there's so many still saved in here, but CJ wants to know, what's the strangest experience you've had with a fan? And then follow up immediately, Joe puts this one right now.
The strangest experience I had with a fan. Well, in terms of my career, fortunately, I've never really had a bad experience with anyone. I've had awkward ones, but like some people, some people are just a bit introverted or a little different. So, not every interaction is going to go as smooth as silk. But I've not had any bad ones. I've not had anyone being like, "Hey, your work sucks and you should quit."
Not yet. I'm just saying.
It's coming. It's coming.
Yeah, you kind of got in it during still the lockdown phase, and you are kind of overseas now. So wait till you start doing the rounds, like back over here. When you get back over here and do a full on set, we'll see what happens. Yeah, get back to us in about a year or two with that question. Wait till you meet Journey at like a Comic-Con, and then come back with that question. Yeah,
you're like a sadomasochist right now. You just want to see me like end up in a terrifying situation. But I will say the best situation, or the best experience I had with a fan, was someone, after Midnight 1 had come out, someone mailed me a little figurine, a custom figurine they made of Hortensia. Cool. That was the nicest thing that had happened. I love it. It's one of my most prized possessions. So, and they're very. I follow them online. They're very nice. If you don't say
That's
marriage, you're
super
in
cool.
trouble.
Well, you can't say marriage yet. Just saying.
What is marriage? Who's getting married?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh,
I don't
oh,
know.
wait, hold on. My thing is, mobile is weird. It's making some comments humongous and some really tiny. So every time I go to make something highlighted, it's changing sizes. When you sell your comics to a fan at a con, do you charge extra for a signature?
I would never charge anyone for a signature. I always the fact that they're buying the book is enough in my thing. If anything, when I sign it, it's decreasing the value. So I'm perfectly. It's always free. It's always free. Sometimes what I do with people, if somebody comes up to the table, this happened last time. Somebody comes up. I did a signing at my local store, and somebody came with the original Midnight Run, and they were like, "Oh, I've been reading your work. I love your work, and I'm so excited for this new one." So not only did I sign his older copies, but I always bring free. I always bring posters um, to give to people to for free if only they have
Kudos.
if they've been supporting me
Hmm.
for a while. I give
Yeah,
them the poster because it's like
nice.
I want to pay patronage to the people who are like it's you guys and the readers and everyone who keeps me going, and
Yes.
it's yeah. So it's always good to give a little back.
Okay. So based on that, figure says CJ only if you are asking for a signature. So based on that, how much are you charging CJ the next time he comes and asks you for a signature?
Oh man, CJ, I like you. I like
He,
you a lot.
oh, he's
So
also in the New York area, so you could
oh
ask for
God,
all
yeah,
kinds
no,
of stuff.
I love CJ. I love him more than my own mother. So I would probably, you know what, CJ, for you on the house.
Wow.
You get it for free, despite our tumultuous backstory, despite our just long storied history. I'll
You
look
just went
past all that. I'll look past. I'll extend the olive branch.
you just went from good answer to great answer. And
Great
then
answer.
figure wants to know, why does the wall clock behind you look so small?
Because it's a mile away. This room is actually very huge. You ever see the back rooms? It's a lot like that. This room is like it's a
Yes.
lot larger than you
His
think.
microwave isn't actually that tiny.
Or I'm just huge. I have gigantism. That's the bombshell. That's the blackout
What?
bombshell
He's
folder.
10 foot tall and he's
Uh,
squashed in a little tiny bathroom apartment kitchen. Uh,
it's just this is just my kitchen.
uh, oh, that's an interesting question, Phil.
Coolest thing about the comics industry you didn't know at first. On the flip side, what would you like to see change? Coolest thing about the comics industry you didn't know. I don't know if there's like any cool things. Probably like if I were to think like of the coolest thing of like how people like how easy it is to talk to your heroes or talk to people that are like let's say working in Marvel or DC, like especially when you have made a comic, then they're like, oh, you're one of us. So like that's kind of cool where it's like it's almost like welcome to the family. And you read these people, then you meet them, and they a lot, not at all of them, but some will like you're immediately accepted. And I think, and as long as you don't go in, I never look at it like, oh my god, I get to meet you. It's more like, nah, you're doing your job, I'm doing my job. We're just two people doing the thing. And I've had a lot of great experiences with that with a lot of different creators. I've had that with like Scott Snyder and like Mike Hawthorne and even CB Cebulski at Marvel. So like it's very cool in that way. On the flip side, what would I like to change about the comics industry? Um, Probably like if I were to change anything, probably that everyone across the board could get paid more. because I think like a lot of everyone at the companies, like with the strikes going right now, a lot of residual checks are maybe even from your highs to the high to your lows to the low. You're probably not seeing as much as you'd like. So that's all I would say.
That was
Nice
actually
of you. Nice of you to meet me. I say that to everyone who meets me. I'm giving them the joy of a lifetime.
that was actually a question in here, but I want to ask Glenn's question here. Would you write a script for a TV show like Star Trek?
Would I write for a TV show? I mean, I guess I think if somebody came up to me, if Mr. Television came up to Mr. Warner Brothers came to my house.
Mr. Television, whoa.
If Mr. Television came to me, let's say after the strike, Mr. Television came to me. Well. Actually, I this is really, I can talk about this. I was working with someone on an animated thing pre the strike, and I did help write the script. So the answer is yes, because I already did it. So yeah, but I only did more dialogue. So yeah, yes. And if I would love to write for Star Trek. I love Star Trek.
Okay. Would there be a space pickle episode?
There'd be rats, there'd be pickles, there'd be chutzpah, there'd be
dating sims, yes.
Dating simulators, comic books.
Yes. Amazing.
It'd be all there, and it would have everything anyone would need.
Perfect. Amazing. CJ is getting ready because he wants to meet you in person. What cons are you're doing next? Okay. So right now, I know he wants to meet you in person. So right now you're in the UK. So you're going to be doing stuff in the UK. And then are you going to be coming back to the States anytime soon?
I will. If I were to do any cons next year, it would probably be Fan Expo Philadelphia again.
Okay.
Or depending on how things go, I would probably be at New York Comic Con as well. But for the remainder of this year, I am only going to be at Thought Bubble in Harrogate, up north in the UK.
Okay. There are a few people in the UK around here. There's Hootie Hoot, there's Glenn, and there's a few other ones. So possibly you might be running into them. So there's that.
I'd love to meet you in person.
Yes. Bring him a pickle if you do.
Then I'll know. That'll be the.
Yes, then you'll know. Then you'll know. Yes. Comic book writers get paid? Question mark? Yes.
Sometimes.
Mr. Television's favorite song is Marquee Moon. Marquee Moon is a classic song by the band Television. Way to go,
Mr.
figure.
Television's favorite song is TV Killed the Radio Star.
Oh.
Nostalgic for him.
Being on MTV. How much does confidence play in a role in success? I'd say a lot.
In case, despite me being incredibly introverted during this entire stream, and I know I'm very shy and I don't have much to say, but I've learned that when I go to conventions, I'm so aware enough to know I am not the biggest name in comics, nor are my comics the most popular in the world. But when I go to conventions, the last convention I went to, I sold out all my stock. And I had, let me think. I had 30 of each comic. I think I had around 300 comics, and I sold out every single issue. And that mainly came down to just me talking to people, introducing myself, and talking about the book, and and that was turning people who didn't know me into readers, and that was just me putting myself out there. Conversely, like meeting C.B. Cebulski, the editor-in-chief of Marvel, I just met him because I walked. It's like the old days. I walked right up to him, and I said hello, and I introduced myself. And I think the key when dealing with anyone in the industry is always remembering they're just another person. They're just another person. Doesn't matter how high up they are. They're just like you. You could talk to them just straightforward. And I mean, that I can say about this, like on that day, this I didn't want to talk about it because not it's like an embarrassing success because it led to really nothing out of it.
Ooh.
But I met
Uh-oh.
him when I met CB in Philly. He gave me his card and was like, "Oh, we can show me your portfolio and we can talk." And then I sent him, and then he never responded to me. But the fact that I got the chance to was really great. So ebbs and flows. So hopefully that answers the question.
Yes. He has a follow-up question for this. Can confidence be confused with arrogance?
Well, I am arrogant and confident. No,
Uh,
no. Arrogance is. Oof. Well, I mean, confidence is good. There's a line I like to quote a lot where it's bad when a magician believes in his own tricks. So I think whenever you're going at something or promoting it, especially yourself, always go with what is true and can be backed up. You don't want to embellish something. You don't want to go nuts. You don't want to, like, talk out of school. Like, always go at it saying, this is what I am or this is what I do, and you can always back it up because that is true confidence, something that can't be just knocked down by something little. So I think confidence can be rooted in the truth, while arrogance is rooted in lies.
oh, good answer. CJ also wants to know, if I continue to ask questions, will they all be answered? Well, it is 2 hours and 6 minutes into this interview, and it is late there. I don't know how late you want to go on this.
Does anyone else have any questions?
That's a good question.
As much as I love Comic Journey, like, you are a great person, and I'm glad you're here. But I would like some other people to speak up, please. You could ask me anything from cooking to comics to anything.
Rat Army, where are you at? Yes,
the Rat Gang.
The Rat Gang, where are you at? Also, the first several years I would go to cons, I was so nervous meeting people. I would just go right past artists' tables. Like, I would be like, nope, I can't talk to them. No, I can't talk to them. And this is like beloved people that I wanted to meet for decades. And I would just go right. I was like, nope, I couldn't even make eye contact with them. And now look at me. I'm going up to them, calling them buttholes and inviting them on my show and calling them buttholes to their face on my chat.
I love it. I kind of thrive on that little bit of awkwardness. I'll tell you a fun story. My partner and I, we went to Disneyland. What year is it? Last year. And we were in the Pixar area, and we were looking at one store, and we heard this voice saying, like, "Ollie, get back in the pram." And we turned around, and it was David Tennant with his family, and my partner's British, so they were like completely like in shock because he's the Doctor, he's a hero over there. So like they literally like freezed up and then started walking, scuttling away from him. And I grabbed them by the shoulder and I'm like, "No, you're going to say hello." And then I pushed them up. And then I'm like, "Hey, my partner would like to take a photo." And he's like, "Okay, be discreet."
Yeah, Joe is giving an eggplant to a rat, or is making ratatouille. I'm not sure. But it's very appropriate.
This guy needs to calm down. This guy has been wilding out this whole time.
All he needs now is just a pickle, and then you're it's full circle. Let me see.
I feel like if the chat's dying down, then Comic Journey can have 3 more questions.
Whoa, you're giving him that power? Should we tell him to post 3 new questions, or should I select 3 of the starred questions? By the way, there's 26 starred questions left. They're all Comic Journey questions.
Are they really? Oh. Oh my God. You know what? Can we you know what? I'm down for it. Let's rapid fire. We'll rapid fire.
Rapid fire? Okay.
No more new questions.
No more new questions. Wait. Figure drawing goes first. Yeah, figure drawing goes first.
I love reading, but I am forever behind. Do you also have an incalculably long must-read list? Be they books or definitely. I suffer from the problem of like getting halfway through something and then putting it down, and then it's like I'll get back to this, and then it takes a long time. But I currently have a pile. I'm reading Jack Kirby's Fourth World, like all of it. I'm reading all of Spider-Man 2099, and
Ooh, nice.
the other thing I want to read is all of Bendis's original Ultimate Spider-Man, not the Peter Parker stuff,
cool.
but the Miles Morales. So
Nice.
that's what I'm doing.
Are you gonna go see Blue Beetle anytime soon?
Oh yeah, I love Blue Beetle. I
Nice.
love all the Blue Beetles, from Dan Garrett to Ted to Jaime. So I'm excited.
Crystal also just got here, so I'm gonna ask Crystal's question first. So sorry.
How long have I been creating art? Well, unfortunately, Crystal, I am not an artist. However, I do a lot of the character designs for all my books. So, like, I do have an active effort in the graphic design area, but I am nowhere near as talented as all the people who work with me. So
well,
okay.
I would say writing is creating art. So how long have you been writing?
5 years.
5 years? Oh, okay. So you just started. You're a wee
I'm a baby.
Wee lad. You're a baby toddler art writer. No.
Now it's time for the gauntlet. We got
Gauntlet.
72 questions. Let's go.
Yes, and 97 are all CJ. So it's probably going to be longer to read the questions than it is to answer them. So bam, go. Question 1.
Do you write with the intention of get option for movie or show? Do you feel in today's market writers should write in a format with being optioned in mind? Never write with the idea of getting optioned. You just write the comic for the sake of it being a comic.
Okay, boom.
Next
one. Boom.
Is
there
there
you
anything
go.
too taboo for you to work on? It depends on the context.
Okay, boom.
For any new creators, are there any shortcuts to get your attention on their work? No.
Okay, boom.
How much do you feel social media promotion factors into a creator's career today? None. Word of mouth and just positive reception will do your work for you. No matter how well a post does online, all it takes is a guy in a comic book store to say that shit, don't buy it. So, okay, next one.
Bam.
What has been the worst comic you ever read? Difficult. I would say a comic that I've not really enjoyed. The original Nemesis by Mark Miller.
Oh. Also, I lied. We have a question from Phil saved up in here. Sorry.
You envision sketch page layouts as you script for the artist. That depends on if there's like a scene I can't fully describe, there's no better way to get around it than trying to outline or to draw it for the artist. Okay.
Hard-coding question. Bam. Go.
What do you feel is greater threat to creators, AI or overseas workers for $1.25 per hour? AI. I'd rather a human being work on my thing than nobody.
Okay. Bam. Go.
Who would your dream artist to collaborate be with? Either Luana Vecchio, a very talented Italian artist, or they're right on the top of my head. Alex Ross.
Ooh, okay. What project are you going to work on them with? What would you want to do?
The greatest one ever conceived. I'm gonna do that one with them.
Dating Sim 46 is what you're saying. Yeah.
Do you have supportive individuals around you? How important do you feel a support group is? When I was starting out, no one believed in me, which was very disheartening.
Harsh, except for your rats.
Yeah. But only after it became apparent that it was a job, like a genuine job, did people come around. Fortunately, today I am blessed with a partner who loves what I'm doing and appreciates and supports and even admires to some degree what I'm doing. So yes, support from your loved ones very much helps.
Perfect. Crystal says, love that answer. And then Tate is saying, CJ only gets yes or no questions from now on. And Alex Ross is a great artist. Yes. Okay. Bam.
How can a writer keep sharp and avoid getting stale with the stories? Read new things. I would say read everything from bad to good, because if you read something bad, you can try to be like, even something bad has something worth looking at. Like if there's something bad, you can see what you could do better. If there's something great, why is it great? So
Yeah.
just keep reading and keep like looking at comics or
Yes.
prose if you want to improve.
And like you're doing, venture into different genres that you would never normally write about, because that's what, go for it. There you go. Boom.
Luck is a great factor. Like I said, with the Sumerian Blackout Bombshell, that was right time, right place. They needed a book to be part of their launch. I showed up at the right time with a book. So simple as
Perfect. John, this power rapid fire round is forever going to be called Pickle Power Hour. Thank you for that. Yes, support is much needed. Yes. Okay, and boom, there you go.
Do you
Another
feel that you
question.
are butting heads with artists during creative process? I've never had an artist that has created any conflict. Most of the time, I have worked with people that are just there to do a job, and anyone who wants to be creative and be more part of it. I am more than sometimes someone has a better idea, and you have to let that be part of it because it's a collaborative medium. If you don't collaborate, then don't be part of this. Just write a book. But if you're getting other people involved, then a good chunk of the time they know what they're doing better than you.
Good answer. Good answer. Okay, down to the last 14 questions.
Okay,
they're in the queue. Oh, we can do it. We can do it.
What comic character would you want to take on and recreate? Well, there is one. I don't want to say it because I would never want anyone to steal it from me.
Oh,
but if I were to come up with
saucy.
a second one, take on and recreate, probably the Question. I don't know. I like the Question a lot.
Okay, nice. I would answer this for him as Action Lab.
Well, they're gone. They're gone. So.
I know, but I would still say he would not want them to come back and work for them.
No, let them stay dead, please.
Yes. Okay. Next question. There you go.
Do you feel that everyone needs to pay some dues before reaching higher success? Like getting knocked down a bit, or like, well, I've not reached high success, but there are points where you have to swallow. There are points where they have to swallow your pride. You have to like accommodate. You have to just deal with it. I feel like slow and steady wins the race. So yeah, to some degree, you have to just chug along and get in line. But a good line I'll always tell people, it's like, don't bite the hand that feeds you, but remind them you have teeth.
It's funny that you mentioned that because John says your success was eating that bucket of pickles. So, yes. And Joe and Glitter saying that, yes, they were both picking Wonder Woman for that.
Wonder Woman's a lot simpler than, what is your end game? What goal would you need to reach to feel content and feel that you what's my end game? I don't really have an end game. I just want to keep making comics till nobody wants me to anymore. Or I'm just dead. In terms of end game, I just want to like work for Marvel or DC. So arrogantly humble.
Oh, good. Okay. All right. Oh man. Okay. Even more in here.
Do you believe everyone should trademark and copyright all their material prior to submitting ideas to publishers? Well, legally, they're not allowed to take any of your ideas. That's in like the legal like jumbo for any submissions company. So you're pretty much safe in that regard.
Good to know. Okay, these are two that go together, so I'm gonna flash them both so I can get them off of here. Are you a fan of multiple variant covers, and do you like the gimmick covers, foil chromes, die cuts, etc.?
I don't like gimmick covers and variants. I'm not. I mean, I'm kind of on the side of the retailer of having less books is better, just for the sake of the comic book stores. But companies like them, so you kind of have to work in between the two.
Good answer. I don't like too many. I think a few are good, but when you get to like 100 plus for one book, it's getting a little much. Getting a tad much. Okay, that's also a great question, CJ.
What is the least costly way for a creator to protect IP prior to releasing anytime publicly? Don't reveal your book. Don't reveal your idea.
Wow.
Just get it all done. You can allude to it. You can show snippets, but don't show anything until it's 100% done.
That has to be hard though, because if you're also trying to get out there to grow an audience, they're not going to know what your stuff's about.
Well, I mean, like, I don't know, like, you need it to be done in order to, like, accurately share it. Like, if I'm showing a work in progress thing, like, this is my idea, then what's stopping somebody from taking it at that point?
Super true, yeah.
The more done it is, or the more complete it is, the more difficult it is for somebody to be like, oh, I'm just going to lift this.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that happens a lot, actually. Far too much. Okay, down to the last 6. You got this. We're good. We're good.
I could do this.
You can do this.
Does someone have a better chance of getting work accepted by a publisher when submitting one-shots, miniseries, or ongoing series concepts? Miniseries out of those 3.
Okay, bam.
Do you feel creators should write and draw for the general public or focus more on being unique? That's a tricky one. I would say always write what you want to make. The idea is don't make something, don't let people tell you what they want. You tell them what they want. You know, just make something because you want to make it, you believe in it, and the right people will find it and like it and appreciate it for what it is. So I wouldn't say focus on being unique. I would say focus on just being yourself and making what you want to make.
Very good, very good. All right. Also good, but you might have.
What do you think is the worst component of the industry? Probably submissions. Like, it's very difficult to get something off the ground. So yeah, that's probably the most stressful bit.
Okay. Down to the last 3. We got this.
Do you prefer conclusive or open-ended endings and storylines? How would you recommend writers should close their stories? Well, the second half of that, it depends on your story entirely. You got to come up with what you think would be the best thing for your story to end, the most satisfying way that you think this is how it should go. In terms of conclusive or open-ended endings, I prefer open-ended stories. I like knowing that the world or the characters continue even after the book is done. So I like there being more room to grow in the realm of imagination.
Nice. You want to take a sip of your drink before we do the last 2?
Yeah. Okay. I'm sure there'll be doozies.
Then we got CJ turned into Lady Fantastic. The masses are stupid. Don't follow them. Great job. Rapid fire with CJ has taken out many before you. And then Lol Tate. And a quick question from Joe. Have you ever had your work leaked like the Marvel movies?
No one cares enough about me to leak my work.
Oh, thank you very much, Glitter. Yes, go follow him all the places, stalk him, and make his ratatouille recipes and things.
Yes, thank you, everyone.
Yes.
Okay, what are the last 2 questions?
Okay, here we go. There you go. There's one.
Do you feel individual issues or collective trade paperbacks are the way the industry is going? It's not how I feel. I think trade paperbacks are the way. I think those unfortunately, comic book stores are dying, and there is a continuous decreasing investment in individual issues. So I this is not a new concept. I think the manga approach of just releasing one book at a time is something that will probably become an inevitability as the industry grows and changes.
Yeah, manga is very interesting because they will do test chapters in like a group thing monthly, or they'll do it like a webtoon version where it's gets enough attraction to where they actually make the solid volumes before they actually make the trades or whatever that they're making. So that's interesting how it comes to do that. Yeah,
I would love like an American Shonen Jump where it's like one big book.
Yes.
Little bits, and whichever ones are the most popular are the ones that could be spun off. I think that would be a wonderful idea.
That would be awesome because I've always been a fan of like back in the day, McZine, Shonen Jump. Actually, I was just talking about that with somebody earlier, but I gravitate towards those ones that you can find interesting stories that you want to find more from an artist or a writer on that you can go and just branch off and, build from that. Those are a lot of fun. Yeah, we actually have one last question, Tate. So hold on to your butts one more time.
Done.
You're done. Bam. There you go. Blap, blap. Last question.
What's the best way for artists to get attention from a publisher or writer when submitting works for review? How can the artist get immediate attention and not be thrown in a pile of other submissions? Well, I can't speak for publishers, but I could speak for myself. Anyone who, if I have a cold call, like I need an artist and I put a call out there, I look at every single artist and I always send a reply, whether or not I like they are like who I would work with, if their style is what I would work with, or if I would like to save them for maybe something else in the future. So that's dependent on the individual and dependent on the publisher. I can't speak to, but yeah, I can only speak to myself and what I can do.
Yes, that would be a great. Okay, we did it. It's been nearly 2.5 hours. So holy crap, we talked about everything that we could possibly talk about, except for maybe more of your books. But we did talk about your books. We did. This is issue 1. Issue 2 is going to be coming out in October, but I believe you can pre-order it now. Yes. I don't know how to make me big on mobile, so I'm just going to leave it like this. You also have your Blackout Bombshell coming out, which is going to be nice. Coming around the same time, but I do know that you can FOC it right now. So yes.
FOC date is this weekend. That's coming out September 20th.
Yes. So September and October, look out for both at the shelves, but they are selling out. The Midnight Western Theater Witch Trial has been selling out all over the place, but I did link Scout Comics below if you would like to get this copy here. Also, you said the trade for the original series will be coming out around October, I believe.
October 25th as well.
Yes. Nice. That's awesome. That's the one with the very beautiful cover and I think Crystal wanted to know more about, but it's also the same artist, which is the Julian. How do you pronounce her last name? Is it Gripe?
Griep.
Griep. Nice. Very lovely artist. Go check her out as well. But yes, there you go. Thank you so much for showing up. We did it. We survived.
Thank you, everyone. I'm sorry it was such chaotic and unhinged.
I'm sorry it wasn't more chaotic. Yes. Oh, why am I using my mouse? I can't use my mouse for this. Yes. Thank you guys for stopping by. I am trying to figure out how to even end it on here. Yes. Oh, also, yes, this is true. CJ usually asks who has a hot sister or single mom. He did not ask those questions. That's okay.
It's because I got him with all the industry secrets. He was so swept up.
Oh yes, you sidetracked him. Here also another namesake right here. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for humoring me.
Yes. Thank you very much for joining me, Louis Southard. I'm just kidding. His name is Louis Southard. Yes, please go find him. Go find him everywhere. Links are everywhere. Go look at all the things. Go buy all of his books. He's coming out with way more at the time. Yes. You're gonna be doing great around October. You're around Halloween time. You're gonna be having so many things coming out.
It's the fall of Lewis.
The fall of Lewis. No, shit.
That's too dramatic. The autumn of Lewis.
Too dramatic. Oh no. Yes. So technically, my computer's having a shit time. My phone is doing wonders. So take that. No. But yes, it's been 2.5 hours. Holy shit. I think you deserve a break time. Yeah.
Everyone would cower at my humility. Everyone, my humility would make a nun weep.
I do believe, except for Phil, you're the only person that got deported from Paris. So you do have that going for you in the chat. But yes, please, by all means, go follow Lewis everywhere. at all the
Everywhere.
places, everywhere, all the
Go to
places. Go
Southard.
stalk him. Go all the places. Buy his books. But yes, they're all lovely. They're great, and I know you will love all of his reads. They all look lovely and fun, and I did read it, so it's good.
Thank you, everyone.
Go read it. Yes. Yeah. Go find him. Go ask him questions. If you want to go ask him even more questions, by all means, slide into his DMs and ask him his pickle questions.
Don't do
Go
that.
for it. Yes, do it. I'm sure he'll answer all of them in great detail. So yes, let's get out of here. I think, I don't know.
Do I have to do it? Do I leave?
I don't even know at this point, but oh yes, you did answer your questions. Thank you for asking them.
No problem, Lee.
Thank you for sure. I think if I hit this button, it'll end. So let's hit it and see what happens. Good luck.
Everyone.
Bye, guys. Thank you, guys. Oh, also, Mad Spidey is doing his first ever Hangout stream. I believe it's in about half an hour. Glitter, if you're in chat, can you please drop Mad Spidey's link to his profile page so we can go hang out? Because he's taking over Remy's Saturday night hangout sessions. So if we can all go hang out there, woo! Go say bye, hi to him or whatever, and go give him shit for going live for the first time. So yes. Bye, guys. Okay.